Laptop.
What about the laptop? What about the laptop? Is there something that I should do with it?
Ask it.
Ask it? Ask what, darling? What do you want me to ask you? Hey, JV, welcome in. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate y'all coming. I'm trying to send out invites, so bear with me for a second here. If you could all do me a huge favor and share out the live to any and all of your friends. The more people that we get in here, the more energy we may have to get the spirit communication going. Thank y'all for coming in. Hey, Jolly, welcome in. All right, so I'm just sharing this out real quickly. Thank you for
the nice.
The nice? Okay. Who's the nice? There's someone in particular you're thinking of? All right, guys, I'm going to get the SB7 going in a little bit, but right now I'm trying to get these invites out. And if I'm accidentally sending you guys the live more than once, I am so sorry. This thing always loses track of where I'm at.
Ed.
Hi, Ed. How are you, darling? Doing good? Sorry, guys, I'm moving everything. It's weird. It won't let me search people anymore for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. But anyways, welcome in, everybody. Glad to see y'all. Glad to see y'all. All right. Thank you for the hashtag, the FYP. Appreciate it. I see that K2 blinking down there. Thank you for sharing the live, Jolly. Appreciate you. You can't search for sharing either. I wonder when they changed that. That's awful. And why did they change that? Because I turned off all auto updates. So it's odd. Very odd. All right.
I know.
And you'll what, darling? What will you do? All right, spirits, welcome. Welcome, welcome. My name's Carly, as most of you know. Can you all turn off the flashlight for me? Because I want to get a roll call on how many spirits are currently here with us. Sorry, guys, I need to adjust this so you can actually see the flashlight go on and off. So can you do me a huge favor and turn that off for me? So I can ask you how many spirits are currently here. And remember, I do have that power grid down below to where you can get energy as much as you need to use the equipment, okay, and to communicate. So I'd like you to utilize that. Thank you for turning off the flashlight as I asked. So as you remember, I'm going to do a countdown. And when I get to the correct amount of spirits that are currently here wanting to communicate, I would like you to turn on the flashlight. Now, just to make sure that you understand what I'm asking of you, can you turn on the flashlight if you understand that? If you don't, leave it off. But remember, energy is available to you to be able to turn it back on. Sometimes there is a delay in communication, so I give them a little bit of time. Hey there, Heather Marks. Thank you so much for the heart me. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Melissa Spirits. Melissa says hello. All right, so flashlight didn't come on, so I'm going to go ahead and explain it to you one more time, sweetheart. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to count one. Is there one spirit here? Is there two spirit here? Three? And when I get the correct number, did that flashlight just blink on real quickly and blink off? So when I get to the correct number, I want you to turn it on. Okay? Do you understand now? Can you touch a cat ball or the REM pod or something? Or even turn on the flashlight if you understand the instructions. Hey, Joy, welcome in, darling. Hey, Bree, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. I see wonderful people here. I do sense a particular number, but I want to see if it's the correct one. All right, spirits, how about this? I seen you flash it on and off real quickly. That K2 is flickering a bit. Let's go ahead and count. And they put in Transcend Theory jiving. They're jiving. I think they're wanting music. Thank you for the share, guys. All right, here we go, spirits. I'm going to do the countdown. Remember to get your energy from down below and only turn it on when I get to the correct number. So is there one spirit here wants to communicate? Is there two spirits here that would like to communicate? Hey, Julie, I'm good. How are you? Is there three spirits here that would like to communicate? Hello, Texas. Janet, I am in Washington State. Welcome in. How about four of you? Is there four spirits here that would like to communicate? Remember to turn on the flashlight when I get to the correct number and use the power source down below to get your energy from the grid down there, the white thing, okay? Is there five spirits here that would like to communicate? Welcome in, Becca. Glad to see you, darling. All right. Is there six spirits here that would like to communicate? Remember the instructions to turn on the flashlight. I know I'm getting close to the number. Is there seven spirits here that would like to communicate? Thank you, Julie. Appreciate you, darling. Oh, awesome, Joy. Awesome. I live closer to the Oregon border. Is there 8 spirits here that would like to communicate? If so, I'll tell you what, if you don't want to use the flashlight, I won't force you to. But you can use a cat ball. You can use a REM pod. You can use a K2, flash it all the way to the red if you'd like. Or you could do the yes.
D.
D? Okay. Is there 10 spirits here? Is there 10 or less spirits here? If there are, turn on the flashlight or touch anything on the table. Welcome back in, Fate Marie. Spirits say, Fate Marie says, hello, spirits. Thank you for the heart mace, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Julie, for all the roses. You're a sweetheart. All right, so let me ask this question just to see if I'm correct. The last few times you guys played around with me a little bit, you told me one time there was 1 million of you when there wasn't. And another time you told me like 151, and you guys laughed afterwards, which is fine. I love it.
I told you see.
I told you see? I didn't see it, darling. Where did you tell me? Was it the K2? Hello, lovely soul, Arya. Hello, darling. All right. I didn't see it, sweetheart, so I'm sorry. So is there more than 10 of you then? I don't know if you all seen it, but I didn't. Hey, Irene. How are you, darling? I told you, you seen. I didn't see it, sweetheart. I'm so sorry.
Ladies.
There are ladies, lots of them in here. Do you like that? Are you a ladies' man? Julie says hello, Spirit. She's sending big love. I'm good, sweetheart. I'm good. I'm glad you are. Good morning, Jonette. Welcome in. Yeah, he's a ladies' man. I believe that's Roy that's typing that in right at the moment. Roy, is that you, darling? If that's you, make that K2 up there. Roy, guys, let me turn on the light so you can see who Roy is. Roy's on the top there. That's the lion with the K2 next to him. That is Roy. He is my Jack Daniels lover and partier, and he's a ladies' man. Roy, I can get you some Jack if you'll touch the flashlight for me or type in the number of spirits that are here, sweetheart. Can you do that for me, darling? Also, Julie says that
Your fight.
My fight? Why is it a fight for me? Is it the flashlight that you're fighting with? Is it giving you troubles? Would you like me to fix it and adjust it? Everybody's saying hello, Roy. Can you say hello back? Can you touch that REM pod up there? Yeah, they already asked for music during setup, and I don't mind giving them music. Roy, is that what you want? You want some music, darling? Or would you like me to turn on the SB7? Would that be easier for you? Oh, all the way to the red for the music on the K2. I seen that, Roy. I seen it, sweetheart. All right. Hey, Tony. All right, Roy. I seen that K2 go all the way to the red, sweetheart. Are you going to tell me what the song is, or are you going to tell the Trends in Theory? You're going to type it in for me? What's the song that you want to hear, Sweet Pea?
Air.
Air? The only band that I can think of with air in it is Air Supply. Is that what you're asking for? Can you make that K2 go to the red again? Or if I'm wrong, tell me the right one. And I appreciate you touching the K2, Roy. Makes it easy for me. Oh, yes! Melissa, thank you. Is it Feeling It in the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, Roy? Is that the one you want? Ghost Wolf says hi, Roy. If you want In the Air Tonight, I'll play that if that's the correct one, darling, but you gotta let me know. Right. He has asked for the song before, so it would not. All I Need in the Air That I Breathe. Do you like that one, Roy? Come on, buddy. You got to give me more than this. I'm a mind reader, sort of, kind of, not really. Actually, I can't read minds at all. I can only read spirit or see spirit. I wish I could read minds. Life would be great. Nah, it's not quite. It usually takes them a moment to warm up. It's not unusual. They're more excited on Friday nights because Friday nights are party nights and it's all about them. I'll tell you what, Roy, I'll get you some Jack and I'll turn on some music. But I need you to tell me, is it Phil Collins? If so, touch any of the equipment up there if you're wanting Phil Collins. Your son hates it. Yeah, I mean, I kind of
Coyte.
Oh, okay. Did you guys just see something flash up there? I seen something flash, but I couldn't tell what it was. Was it the flashlight turning on and off for quickly, or was it something else? JV, I would be cheating if I said what you had for dinner because I already know, silly. All right. I'm going to do Phil Collins. And if you don't want Phil Collins, you got to turn on that flashlight to tell me. All right, here we go. Hey, Google, play In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, please. And if it's loud, I'm sorry, guys, because my son might have turned it up full blast when he was listening to Juice WRLD earlier. Yeah, I wasn't sure either. It was weird. Like,
Industrial.
And introduce you all? Oh, okay.
In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, sure. Playing on Spotify.
My name is Carly, and everybody in chat is my friends, and they're really excited to talk to you. Do you see all the names in chat? All right, Roy, here's your music. Hey, Charlotte, welcome in, darling. Glad to see you.
On today.
You want this one on today? Okay. Hey, Google, turn it up to 7, please. If it's too loud, y'all, let me know. Hey, Nikki. Deborah says hello, spirits. I wonder if he was trying to say the lyrics, like In the Air Today. Oh, no. Right? The song.
Small.
What's small, sweetheart? I'm going to try to fix that flashlight just in case they nudged it too much. That was me who made the cat ball go off. Off? What do you want off, darling? Oh, hi, Nikki. Anthony's friend. Okay, wonderful. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. All right, let's turn off the flashlight now so I know that it works, darling. Could you? Thank you. Appreciate the immediate response there. That helped me. So now that I know that you know how to turn it off, is this the song you wanted? If so, turn it back on for me so I know. Because you said off and I'm confused. Not hard to do these days. I'm getting old.
say over.
And say over? Okay. Here we go. It's coming soon, Roy. Your favorite part. You want Jack real quick? I'll pour you a shot, Roy, if you want it. Oh, that's okay, Nikki. I just appreciate you coming in. It's also at an odd time for a lot of people, especially East Coast. Thank you for the follow, Kimmy. Here comes Roy. I am in Washington State, Nikki.
You're a mess.
I'm a mess? Boy, howdy. You are not telling anybody anything they don't already know, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm West Coast, but it's only 11 o'clock here. Could be. He likes old-timey music. I'm trying to think, is there anything reggae with the word air in it? Because he's really into reggae, too. Hey, Brandy.
Corn.
I know, I just heard corn, too. That's funny. Oh! Is that what you want? You want corn? Yes, I have seen him with a beard. So yes, and he did say corn. Yeah, they love old songs. Ron says hello from Cali. Yeah, right. He probably listens to all my music and that's why he likes it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play corn for you, okay? All right. That's what they want, guys, is corn. All right. Hey, Google, play corn.
Playing corn on Spotify.
Real full.
All right, here you go. No, I didn't. I have I did have one built, but everything falls apart that I touch. So, no, this one isn't built by me, but thank you.
Something takes a part of me. Something lost and never seen.
Upline.
Yeah? Can you touch a cat ball up there for me if you like this? There's a cat ball right by your leg, Roy, or on the opposite side by the wizard. Or even in front of the teddy bear. You want me to turn it up a little? Yeah, Korn's awesome. I've seen him in concert too. Okay, Roy. Hey, Google. Turn the song up to lucky number 8 for Roy, please.
Your time.
I didn't understand.
Hey, Google. Turn up the volume to 8, please.
Never see me far from grace.
Is that better, Roy?
Feeling like a freak on a leash. Feeling like I have no release.
Welcome in, everyone.
I felt disease.
Yeah, this is what you wanted, sweetheart. I see
In
that.
Reno.
It's free. It's free.
You seen him in Reno? Did you? You seen Korn in Reno? When? Can you tell me what year that was?
I can taste. Sometimes I cannot feel my face. You never see me far from grace.
I didn't know you were from Nevada, Roy. Are you from Nevada? Or did you do it in your spiritual life? Yeah, I do think he's musical for sure. I feel like that is definitely something he did. Most of my spirits are music lovers. I have one that requests a lot of rap and metal. Another one a little bit of
And
Prince.
feel alright.
You feel alright? Alright. I'm glad to hear that, buddy. Roy, did you play in a band? K2 just flipped a little bit. If you played in a band, Roy, can you touch something up there on the desk so we know? Did you play bass?
On Saturday.
On says he? Okay. Thank you for the heart me. You were in a band, Roy? If so, turn off the flashlight. Did you play bass in a band? If so, turn off the flashlight. Me? Yeah, I was in a band. You're right. But we're asking if you were. Hey, Google, stop. Hey, Fireflies. Yeah, Roy. I was in a band. You're correct. But were you? Okay. If you were in a band, can you turn on the flashlight? I'll play more music for you. I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. Were you in a band, Roy? Or did you play music? If so, turn on the flashlight again for me, sweetheart. Thanks for the heart, me Fireflies. Appreciate you, darling. Welcome in. Wow, you guys are already to 20K. Gosh, I love you guys. Were you? We do got a lot in common. I did vocals and guitar. And in high school, I played woodwinds and did choir. All right, Roy, are you talking about me in the band then? Is that who you're talking about? Is that why you turned on the flashlight?
More.
More music? Is this concert hour, buddy? All right, you got to tell us what you want then, sweetheart. What would you like me to play for you? How about this? Why don't I go get you a shot of Jack? Is that good? I'll go do that real quick while you think about the song. And how about this? Let's turn on the SB7 and the Vox and see what you got to say, sweetheart. See if you can give us more information Is that good? Let's do it. I think that will be easier for you in the long run. So SB7 and Vox.
Into his time.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Fill up.
All right, so Roy, did you say you wanted a shot of Jack?
Boys.
Armor.
Tony,
To
why not? All right, Roy. I'm going to go get you some Jack, Sweet Pea, okay?
What up?
Can you talk to my chat while I do it for you?
It's Kate.
I didn't hear what she said. If there's any other spirits here, feel free to also communicate. That's fine. All right, I'm going to go get him his Jack, guys.
for accuracy.
She's plenty.
There is plenty. I'm opening up a new fifth for you, buddy.
Men's are.
Compliments of Bree. Tell Bree thank you. She's the one who bought it for you.
Yeah, that is the field.
It's a mess.
Fields on the deck.
Man, that sounds loud. I might turn that down so your guys' eardrums are not affected too much.
£5.
All right, darling. Here you go.
Uncheck.
I'm going to put it, walk it in your space. I'm going to check the equipment real quick just to make sure it's working, okay? Ooh, Roy's yelling. All right, Sweet Pea. There is your... There's your Jack. Was that a good drink?
Not at all.
Was it a little strong?
Sophia.
Can you turn off that flashlight for me, sweetheart, so I know it's working, please? After you take your drink.
I mean, yeah.
Heather, I really am not a drinker at all, but I feel so like they've been making me buy this every Friday. Thankfully, Brianna, she helped me out. And but yeah, they make me feel like they're giving me a bad habit because I feel like it's a waste of money. So it's really funny. Thank you for turning off the flashlight like I requested. All right, you just told me a song. And I want to know if it's the correct one. Okay, I just heard in my head, Ozzy, Mama, I'm coming home. Is that correct? If that's... What's that? You'll drink it. Is that the correct one, Roy? You want Ozzy, correct, or no? Tiffany wants to know if David Coopers is here. If David Coopers... Whoa. Not so loud, darling. If David Coopers is here, can you turn on the flashlight? Or touch any of the equipment on the table to let us know. My K2 is bouncing a lot.
Including
Oh!
Problem.
What's the problem, darling?
house.
You're welcome. What's the problem? Thank you for the flashlight. So Ozzy is the correct one? If Ozzy's the correct one, turn off the flashlight because that was a delayed reaction. I want to make sure I got it right. Heck. Or was it the other one that I just heard you say over Vox a minute ago?
We gonna put
They hate me. Is that the one?
28.
There's 28. 28 of what, darling? You see
20 in.
Sherry? Where did you see those at, darling?
Awesome sun.
So I will tell you guys in chat, I really appreciate when you guys tell me when you see things or when you hear things, because actually the majority of the evidence that I have found is because you guys have told me that they're there. So I just appreciate you. All right. Hey, Google. Play She Hates Me.
Hates Me by Puddle of Mud
That's
Shark.
the one you wanted.
Playing on
Thank you for the
Spotify.
thank you so much for the cat ball. Appreciate you. Hey, Sunflower.
In
Welcome in, darling.
Met a girl, thought she was grand.
That's why, yeah.
This is where it's at? Yeah, I know. It's a good song, isn't it?
Went well for a week or two.
I got all excited for this one.
Came unglued in a trap. Trip like
Hey,
a
Sandra, welcome in.
Never
Welcome in, Leslie.
sleep.
What up?
Then I started to realize I was living.
well, it was
You love this? Okay.
Hates me.
All right. I see all your excitement.
Just she hates me. Love, 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 love. I tried too hard and she took
Free.
feelings like I had none and ripped them away. She was clean for
Listen.
about an hour.
If you're ready.
She got sour.
You could.
She took all
That would be awesome, David. I looked at that curtain that you showed me,
What is the
but because of TikTok being goofy, it won't let me buy it. Man, that cat ball is going off left and right.
like that?
Oh, thanks, Joy. We just vibe here. Spirits and I are messy.
20.
You heard Twisted? Mama Dukes, thanks for the follow, darling. Yeah, you gotta put yourself at their level. They'll be more happier to talk to you if you. I mean, you gotta give them incentive, right? So.
What?
Someone tells me coffee and drinks, I'm there. So that's great. But the thing is earlier we played several songs and it wasn't going off. And we actually, song is still going. Thank you for proving that for us by turning off the cat ball and doing the flashlight instead. Appreciate you doing that. Now the cat ball back. So definitely not vibration. Thank you so much for doing that for me. So that's a question they're used to being asked, so I think it's really cool that they automatically answer the voice.
Correct.
Right, darling?
Will be no. Harmful.
All right, I'm going to turn off the music. I will play more for you, sweetie, okay? But right now we're going to turn it off for a second. Are you good with that? Oh, do you? Interesting. Hey, Google, now, just so you know, the song was still going and it's still turned off. Hey, Google, stop the music, please. So, I do want to let everybody know that on my YouTube, I do put the lives from beginning to end in the raw without edits in full on my YouTube page. If you go to my profile page, the link to YouTube is right in there. Feel free to subscribe. If for any reason TikTok should go away, I most likely will go live there or Instagram. Just so you guys are aware. And it is truly angelic paranormal on both platforms. So, with that being said, if you feel like you want to go through, sometimes they're really long. Sometimes I go live all night long. Thanks for the flashlight, sweetheart. Appreciate you. I really appreciate the
Plants.
The plants? What about the plants? But anyway, feel free to go on there and watch them however you want. I'm going to try to do more clips and make them as shorts on there. Come back to what, darling? Come back to what? But I do have, I feel and sense a number of spirits here right now. I actually see a few of them in front of the camera.
Hello.
Name change? What do you mean? On here?
Perennial.
That's up to you, Joy. I don't want you to do anything you're uncomfortable with.
Is he lip?
On Bree's profile, what do you mean? I'm confused.
Oh, buddy.
That's it.
I hear you, Roy. I hear you. I hear you, baby. Listen, Roy, I'm going to play more music for you in a minute, right?
Not the cargenic.
I do have a question for all the spirits that are here, and I'll play more music if you give me the answer. Can you tell me how many of you are here, please? Can you give me the number?
Look.
One,
One.
Ooh, I think he just said a number. Oh, really? And they said that. Yeah, now I'm curious to do a replay because I didn't hear that.
Expansion.
I know there's more than one here. I can feel the others. Yeah, that's what I thought. So how many of you are here? Can you give me the correct number? Y'all are always messing with me with these numbers. Oh, thanks, Bree. I love you, girl.
Okay.
Thank you, Charlotte. And thank you, Charlotte, for always helping with the readings when we have them. So tonight is a Tuesday night. So if Mar comes in tonight, she gets top spot for readings. I may only do 2 readings tonight, though, just so everybody knows. Because I have kiddos that I used to homeschool that are kind of going into hybrid, where they're kind of going homeschool and regular school, so I have to get up earlier than I used to. So when I go live, I actually don't go to sleep, but I do need to prepare them for school. So I may only do 2 this evening. And how the readings go, guys, just so you're aware, I also do those unconventional. I am not one who likes to give titles, just because I try to be as humble as can be, okay? But to make it understandable for everyone, the abilities that I have are
Yay.
hey, now that wasn't nice. I am an empathic, and I am a psychic medium, evidential, and I also do get elements that the spirit show me. So there's many broad spectrums, and if for some people who may not understand all those, I'm not.
It's a farm.
It's a farm? Okay. So when it is a farm? Okay, thanks for turning on the flashlight. So when I do my readings, I do them a little bit more unconventional. Because here's the thing, right? I can give you the evidence and you'll know that it's yours, right? And I don't mind doing that. I know you do, Joy. I know you do. But when we do the readings, I start off with the SB7 because I want you, if they're able to come through. Yes, an empath is a sensitive. Can feel other people's feelings and emotions. Can read a room, basically. So I do try with the SB7 first. So that way, if they're able and they're wanting to, you can hear their voice. There have been several people. In fact, the last Tuesday, I had someone contact me and said that they went back to YouTube and listened, and there was so much more on YouTube than what they realized during the reading, and that she confirmed that they were indeed her loved ones' voices. So that's why I use the equipment, guys. I don't need any of this equipment. I could be giving this information to you, but really it means nothing unless you can see the evidence on top of what I'm giving, right? So that's why I do that.
Killed Nuri.
All right. What was that? Somebody unalived somebody? Is that what you said?
88.
Thank you so much, JV, for posting that up there for me. Hey, Sir Frederick, welcome in, darling. Okay. So, Roy, I know you want another song. And I want you to actually say it this time. Or you can turn it on yourself like you did Metallica that one day. So it's up to you. Yeah? You want another song? All right, sweetheart. I told you I would once I was done with that spiel. So what song would you like, sweetie? Are you going to turn it on yourself or you want me to do it? Thanks, Charlotte. I appreciate you, sweetheart. You're present? Okay, good, honey. I'm glad you are. Hey, Shorty. Welcome in. Good, Heather. I'm glad that you're enjoying this. Yeah, and the one thing that I want to make abundantly clear about spirits is, and I say this every live, I'm sure all the people who come in here every week are like, girl, we hear this all the time. But for those of you who are new, thanks, Tiffany, for the heart meet, becoming number 70 on the team.
Official meet.
Spirits are not show ponies, right? They do what they want. There's nothing that I can do to force them to do anything. So they're willingly interacting with you all at this time. This is what they're choosing to do. And so we need to make sure that we show them gratitude. And honestly, I feel that we're all honored that they're allowing us to see this, right? Because I see that, Roy, all the way. He's like, you better feel honored. He made that K2 go all the way to the red on the top. So he agrees that they only do what he feels like they need to do. So, all right. What song do we want, sweethearts?
So, fantastic.
We wouldn't.
Yes, Jenna, 100% honored. Thanks for coming in, sweetheart. Roy, Tony says cheers. Tony's here. I'm sure you already know that. He's your buddy. Lisa's here too. She says hello. Did he just say Gwar? The band Gwar? Dude, you're going heavy on me tonight.
Dude, party.
Resist.
Yes, we do have an Abigail here, Joy. There is an Abigail that comes here. Oh, Kelly, I'm sorry you're in pain so much. Everybody, if we could send Sir Budrick some healing vibes and some love. She's in pain and we want hopefully to make that go better for her. So if everybody would be so kind to send her some healing and some love. Send her some hearts and chat.
Some of the things.
And prayers and healing. That would be great. Thank you. I hope you feel better, Kelly, darling. So Sherry, Make Me a Believer, the song. Is that what you're thinking, Sherry? Tony is spot on. He's really good. All right. That's funny because every time Sir Budrick comes in here, they always want Beatles. So that's interesting. You mentioned that song.
Might be.
All right, here we go. We're going to play this song. You let me know if you're impressed or not. Okay. Turn off the flashlight real quickly. If you would remember to get your energy from the energy source. Hey, Google, play Make Me a Believer.
Sure. Make Me a Believer by
That's
Luther
a yes. That's
Playing
a yes.
on Spotify.
Sweet.
And no noise right now. And now here it comes. I don't even know who this is. Luther Vandross, guys. I guess we're doing that version. Hang on. Do you want... I don't think that's what they want. Hey, Google. Stop. Why can I not think of the band that does make me a believer that is more of a rock version band? And the gentleman lost his child because she had stomach cancer. And they sing a rock star song. I'm a rock star. I do too, but I don't think that's what I wanted. What's the name of that band? And I've seen them live and I can't think of it. And they do this. I'm a rock star. Get it on now. Hey. Come on, guys, help me. I'm losing it. That's the one you want, I know, honey, but I'm trying to think of the band.
Easy.
It's easy? Then tell me what it is, silly. If you want to hear it, you got to tell me who the band is. Yes, thank you, Jonette. You got it. Thank you, it's Jonette. She got it. Hey, Google, play Make Me a Believer by Smash Mouth. Thanks, darling. Golly, that was driving me nuts.
Sure, I'm a believer. By
Okay,
Smash
now
Mouth.
you're happy. That's
Playing
the one
on
you wanted.
Spotify.
That's
I know. And Sir Patrick, it's every time you come in.
Oil.
Oil?
okay. Picky mode.
Honey.
They just said it's Tony in a deep voice.
The way it seemed, disappointment haunted all my dreams. And then I saw her face.
That's no good.
Thanks for the flashlight, darling.
You put me through.
Station.
I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less of everything. The more I gave, the less I got.
Yeah, they are.
Expanded.
What's the use of
Of course.
all you get is pain? When I wanted
Is that what he's telling you, Tony?
rain.
Too short will get me bumped off the
Sorry.
live and restrictions.
A minute.
Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if
I play Sweden. And it was got
Gerald, love.
What's the use of trying? All you get is pain. When I wanted sunshine, I got rain. Saw her face.
Yes, I have a lot of Englishmen and an English woman here. What do you mean, what do you do about orbs, honey?
I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried.
Yes, it does, Tony.
Coming from the...
Oh, really?
What about you?
They keep telling me I need to move to the wells.
Not a trace of doubt in my mind. Believer, yeah.
So the other thing that I want to point out real quickly, it's definitely not vibration, because if you look next to Roy, there's another cat ball that's not going off at all, and it's on. So I just want to prove that too real quickly so you guys can see that the other cat ball is not going off, and neither are the other two on the bottom. It's just that one on the top there by the wizard.
I have a problem.
Well, they haven't really given us a number. I've asked several times, and they're... Ooh. That is so weird, because this was the next song I was going to play. And the K2, yep. Yeah, unfortunately, I am here to please the spirits right now, so sorry about that.
more.
Ultra's team. No, down.
Oh, no worries, honey. When the song's over, I'll explain it. Yes, Tony. That's me moving the camera.
Are you here?
Two.
It's been brilliant. That was fun.
Yes, Shorty. I do. Sherry, I'll answer that question here in a moment, darling.
Hold on. Attention, sex.
Jodi.
No, but that's mine. That's mine, Tony.
First place.
Thank you, Sherry, for the phone.
Steve? Okay.
Come on. Get down with it.
Area.
Amanda.
And
Here's the run.
the closest I got to that, Tony, was a 1969 Ford Cougar with a 351 Windsor. And that was as close as I got. I never quite got the Mustang. Hey, Tony. Welcome in, Camaro. Good to see you, friend. So, Tony, it was a 69 Cougar.
Improving.
However,
Take 5.
it wasn't a Camaro. There was also a 69 Nova, not a Camaro.
Part of the
So I don't know if that fits.
Working with now.
Troll.
You're welcome.
Sing for
Coyte.
Right, Bree?
And opportunity.
Hey, Google, stop the music, please. All right. So, Sherry, you asked about what to do about the orbs in the closet. Can I ask you a question, honey? Are you seeing them with your own eyes, or how are they appearing to you, sweetie? Can I ask that question? Thank you for the follow, Tina. Appreciate it.
Grateful for
No, not everything up there has an attachment. The teddy bear does not. However, the lion does. Oh! Okay.
Roman.
Kinda. Yeah, Tony, very close. Hi, Matt.
lots of people.
Okay. So, Sherry, that's just them, showing themselves to you. I don't sense anything wrong with it. So the best advice that I'm going to give you, sweetheart, is don't fear it, okay? Because there's nothing to fear, right? I don't know how long they've been there, They're just showing themselves to you, so you could just acknowledge them. If you don't want to see them in that moment, you have the right to set boundaries, and you can tell them, thank you, I see you, but right now it's not a good time. Or you can actually just communicate with them and see if they'll interact with you. I have orbs that are in my home often, and a lot of times they'll fly right up to my camera. Exactly, Charlotte. Exactly. So 9 times out of 10, it's because of our abilities that we are seeing these things. And I was about to get there, and Charlotte beat me to it. So it's just something not to fear. But feel free to talk to them and see what you get, sweetheart, if that's what you want to do. But remember, here's the thing, and I'm going to be very frank about this. And people can disagree all they want. Thank you very much. You know what I'm about to say, Spirit. I'm 49 years old.
Reveal.
I have seen seen actual spirit since 5, but I've actually seen my spirit guides since babyhood. And I've always had this ability, okay, since being born. And the one thing that I'm going to tell you is the likelihood of it being anything that is ominous or Hollywood style is fairly low. Those things do happen, but they do not happen as much as one would think, right? Based off of what they've seen. So 9 times out of 10, I bet you it could be a great grandma, a great grandpa, someone that has died before you. So just, communicate, because they're there for a reason. And I do feel you have some ability there, sweetheart. So don't be afraid. It'll be fine. Tony, that's a good question, right? I'm not quite sure why me either. That's a very darn good question, honey. But there's a reason. Everybody has abilities. Everybody doesn't have the same abilities. However, we all have abilities.
It would do
right? So just remember that. Everybody here is special, right? We're loved.
Direction of.
So I actually had a car with that in it. Yes, Tony. Actually, that's crazy. Very good. Yeah, Joy. It's so true. Everybody has abilities. You just got to hone in on them and find out what they are. The one thing that I would strongly suggest people to do, there is a person on here on TikTok. Her name is Ashley, and stay tuned because I actually am going to be making her Creator of the Week. And she has a cool little series on the clairs. I would strongly suggest you to look up the clairs, and I bet you all would find something that you can say, that describes what I do, right? So just remember that. If you look up the clairs, you might be surprised. Hello, Ona. So glad to see you. Yep. Trust your gut with your abilities. Don't second guess yourself. Hi, Terry. Welcome in. All right, guys. So here's the thing. Spirit, do you need more, Jack, or are you good? So I'm going to start on these readings, guys. I think that we need to get this started. So I'm going to grab my book for me to write down my notes as I get the information. I'm going to turn on the light for a second. So I can see what the heck I'm doing.
Exposed.
Because my eyes are not the greatest.
My
eyes. All right, Spirit, we're going to do some readings for people in chat. Is there any spirits that are currently here for anybody in my chat? Yeah. If so, could you let us know?
I think, what?
All right, Bree, are you here, honey?
Good.
It's good? Okay. All right, I'm going to flip this around for just a second because I do want to explain this to everybody. Night, Jolly. I hope that you get good sleep. Thanks for coming in. It's always a pleasure. All right. So, let's see. You just heard what?
Forward.
Oh, a puzzle piece already. Good grief. Put it on my mug and all of a sudden it wants puzzle piece like I'm not real. I just heard your spirit cat. It wasn't. Oh, did it meow? Is that what it did?
Rest.
All right. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Oh, I'm so sorry, Joy. All right, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to explain this just a little bit. So how I do readings, like I said earlier, I will first begin with the SB5 or SB7. There is no SB5. SB7, this little guy here.
I'll be happy.
And I will have it on a speaker for you guys to be able to hear it. I will let you know that I will ask who you would like to speak to, right? But I'm going to be honest with you. They don't always come through who you think you want to hear. Sometimes who you're supposed to hear from is who comes to. And with that being said, it may be the uncle you don't really care for, right? Because sometimes readings that we get are because people may have done us some wrong and they want to let us know. Okay?
You know what?
Yeah, Roy. So, with that being said, now, there's also no guarantee that I will connect to your loved one. I'm going to be open and honest about that. However, I'm going to do my darndest. I really work on it, guys. I really do. But I don't always... Yes, exactly, Joy. I don't always connect because I'll tell you why. Now, it's not because your loved ones are not with you. It's not because they don't want to talk to you.
All the way.
Aw, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Truth Warrior. That was a hard one. I had to actually recover the whole next day over that. There was just a lot of emotion that was in there, and that was a really hard one. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you, sweetheart. So, thanks, Ona. Appreciate you tapping, darling. So, anyways, just so you know, sometimes you may not be ready, especially if it has been very recently and we haven't gone through our grieving period. A lot of times, if they feel like it would be too much for you, they don't come through, or other reasons may be the reason why, right? So it's not that they don't come and visit you guys, because they do. It's not that they're not with you. It's not that they don't love you. Okay? I want to make that abundantly clear. But I'm also human, right? And I do my best with what I have. But I'm not perfect, guys. And I never will claim to be. I will give you honest information. I will try to give you the evidence that I receive from Spirit. And there are going to be times where, especially when you're sitting here and I'm giving you information, it's just kind of bombarding you, right? And when you're on stage, right, with everybody watching and you're trying to, oh gosh, do I? Sometimes our brains forget. So that's why I put it on YouTube. So if I give you information, you're like, no, but Spirit's really telling me, yes. I want you to write it down. I want you to keep it in your memory bank, because later, that evidence may come up later. May not make sense for you at this moment, but just make sure that you do all that. Woohoo, teddy bear. Thank you, Tony. So just so that you are all aware, I will not read for anybody who's under 18. And if you do get the reading, you need to be okay with it being posted on all social media sites, just because, like I said, I do it from beginning to end in the raw with no editing on YT, and it'd be really hard to cut out the readings. So if you're okay with that, then we'll go ahead and proceed. Now, Brianna, if you're still here. Yeah, look at you guys. Thanks, guys. You're amazing. You guys are funny. Do you, Joe? You know, that's funny, because every time I'm watching you on lives too, I'm like, I swear we're kindred spirits. It's like, it's exact. So crazy how much we have in common, actually. I'm sure you did, Tony. I'm sure you did. That's okay, though. And you know me, I don't like being on camera too often, but I wanted to explain the process. Yes, Joy, we do. Okay, Truth Warrior. Okay, we're going to try to do our best. All right, so Bree is here. So, so here we go, guys. So this is what I'm going to have you do. Now, I want you to understand something. TikTok has a delay sometimes. So what I do is I ask you guys to put a specific emoji in the chat. And the first one that Bree sees is the first reading. The second one that Bree sees is the second reading, because we're only doing 2 tonight. And unfortunately, for us, chat may look a little different than for her, because I've noticed that with me. You all will say it's somebody, but it actually, the way it appeared on my chat is not the way it appeared on your chat. So if you have faster speed than I do, it's going to appear differently. So just know that it isn't us picking and choosing. It's just, unfortunately, TikTok has a lag, and sometimes Wi-Fi isn't the best. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right. So if you want a reading, I want you to put a purple heart in the chat. And then, Brianna, let me know who you see first and second.
Why?
20 what? All right, Truth Warrior.
And awesome.
All right, I got Truth Warrior. Who was the second one? And ParanormalJoy. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Tony, for highlighting that. Yeah. So if you're not chosen tonight, every Tuesday night I do readings here. Friday nights, I kind of leave it for the home spirits, the house spirits, to have a good old time, kind of like we were doing earlier. But on Tuesdays, we do readings. So every Tuesday. Now, I go live Pacific Standard Time, 10:30 to 11 p.m. It just really depends. I do have special needs kiddos that sometimes getting them to bed doesn't go as well as I had hoped. So sometimes it's a little later, because I do meditation before we start this. So it is a process, and I do protection and all that good stuff. So it's a process. So we're gonna.
8-3.
Oh no, Joy! Don't put no pressure on me, girl. No pressure. All right. So here we go. All right. So the other thing is, if anybody is wearing headphones or ear pods, I do my cleansing with Tibetan symbols. So there will be ringing. I use sound, vibrational sound, to cleanse in between each reading and before each reading. Yes. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate every single one of you. All right. So.
1980.
Hang on, I'm trying to read what Tony said. And Carly also keeps record of people. Right. So that's the other thing. If you have had a reading in the last few weeks, you will not be one chosen, because I want to help as many people as I can. So just keep that in mind. If I read you guys in the last 3 weeks, you're automatically not going to be chosen. I have my little handy dandy Not Satan Today book that I have it all alleged, all of it in here, so I know the date and when you were read, because I want to make it fair for everybody. The YouTube is directly on my profile. If you go over there into the bio, it's there, and you can subscribe there. But it's Truly Angelic, capital T, capital A, and then Paranormal on YouTube. What you're hearing right now is SB, well, it's actually mainly Vox right now. I haven't heard anything come through the SB7 much. But it is a ITC, which is where spirits can manipulate radio in order to
With key
say
decision.
things that goes through sweeps, so they're able to communicate with us. Thank you very much for the follows. I think so. I did hear Elisa, I'm pretty sure. All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and... So, Truth Warrior, out of curiosity, are you capable of coming up into a window to do the reading? Are you able to do that, or are you preferring to do this in chat?
Fresh.
Oh, that just said a city morning. That's interesting. Okay, perfect. Go ahead. And I'm going to go ahead. Hey, JoJo. How are you, girl? I'm going to go ahead and it said Gresham. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Tibetan to cleanse. I will go ahead and leave the Vox going, but when we're doing the SB7, I'm going to turn it down a little bit because I do not want you to miss your loved one's voice if they come through. Okay. Oh, Sancho, I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you for saying that. I do try to help everybody that I can, and I really appreciate that. I hope that it does help. My idea is, A, that this is a safe, comfortable place that we can all discuss these things.
No.
You'll be there on Thursday. I think it's really, really important that we have a safe, respectful place. Doesn't mean we're all going to agree, right? That's fine if we don't. But sometimes it's okay to agree to disagree. And I just, ooh, they're blinding me. And they agree with that. Hey, Harley, welcome in, my friend. So glad to see you. So I want it to be a safe space for everybody to where we can share these things that we just can't share with everybody because not everybody gets it, right? And to where there's no judgment. But I also really want to help, yes, the living and the non-living, because I feel like that is my purpose, is to help people heal, right? And even the non-living, they still need healing if they haven't crossed over. So that's my focus. So I really appreciate, Sancho, that you feel that way. That actually makes me feel really good that is the case. So appreciate you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to cleanse. So you're going to hear 3 rings. They may be loud in your ears, so be careful with your ears. Warning you now. So I'm going to start that in 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm going to take the focus off me and I'm going to put it back on all the equipment, because Spirit, as you know, I'm going to have you, if you can be so kind, when I bring up those that we're going to read, I'm going to have the spirit box right here that I would like you to talk through. Also, feel free to use any of the equipment there on the desk. All the equipment. There's a REM pod. There's K2s. There's yes and no motion device, cat balls, flashlights. Feel free to use all those so that way your loved one knows that you're here, if you would be so kind to do that. All right. I'm going to turn that around real quick. All right. Truth Warrior, go ahead and unmute, darling. How are you? Hey, Jess. All right. So let's see here. Hey, Grave Evidence. Going well. I hope yours is well too. I'm going to get the, so sorry if this is loud. I'm trying to turn down the volume. It's not letting me do it. Oh, gosh, turn down so we don't bust eardrums here. Okay. One of the K2s are going all the way to the yellow there.
Bluetooth already. Now in SB7 mode. Bluetooth already open. Waiting for Bluetooth.
Let's not say we did, please.
Now in SB7 mode.
Okay, so on the spirit box, I am going to run that in reverse, running it at 150 on AM radio. So the likelihood of getting they'll slip against it. So the likelihood of getting more than one word at a time will be pretty low on that frequency. So we know that if they're doing that, they had to sweep over the radio frequencies several times to get that information. So I do prefer to do it on reverse. So it's a little bit noisier on reverse too. So I apologize. All right, Truth Warrior, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear?
I can hear you, darling. Okay. Is there a particular person that you would like to contact?
A particular, I would love to contact my grandfather. He was actually my father.
Oh, okay. Try not to give me too much information. That was the one thing that I forgot to tell you guys. So in order for me, if I should be able to get spirit to come through to give you all the evidence that you need to know that, hey, this is the real thing. And she's not reading me by me giving this information and then all of a sudden giving me the same information I just told her. What I would request of you is to give me as little as information as possible. Once I've said it and I ask you to validate it, it's fine. And at the end of the reading, I do give you opportunity if you would like to share how it resonated with you, or didn't, either one. I will give you that opportunity. So, all right, I have to ask you real quickly, Truth Warrior, are you over the age of 18?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. And do you give me permission with this reading to be able to post it on all social media platforms that I'm a part of?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course, yes.
All right, sweetie. And so again, I'm sorry because I stopped you real quickly. Who is it that you're trying to get a hold of? Can you give me their first name only?
My grandfather, his first name is Coyte, Coyt.
Okay. Nothing else other than that, darling. And what would be the name that he would call you? Just only the first. I don't want a bunch of information.
Tyler.
Okay, perfect. And other than that, don't give me any information. And the only reason why I do that is for the SB7 purposes. Okay. I don't technically need that information if it was just me.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the SB7. All right. So I do have spirit guides. There's one in particular that I really utilize a lot, and his name is Great Bear. So if you hear me say, Great Bear, can you do this? That is my spirit guide trying to help with this a little along the way and work with your spirit guides as well. So just so you're aware, like, what is this girl talking about? That's it. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and begin. All right. Great Bear, if you could do me a huge favor and bring forward Coyte for... Hold on just a second. I just heard somebody talk. Did you all hear that?
I did.
You did? Okay. Did that sound like a male or a female to you? I heard a male.
It was very light. So I want to say male also, but it was very, very light.
Yeah, just
It
making
was hard to
sure
hear.
that I'm not losing my marbles here because I heard that. I was like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start this over again. Is that what you heard? He's here? Okay, that's me with the flashlight, guys. So, because I can barely see what I wrote. So I'm just going to put it on the paper so it's not going to affect you guys. All right, so Coyte. Big Bear, if we can bring forward Coyte for Tyler. If we can bring him forth. She is wanting to speak to him. If you could have him come speak into this right here, this that I'm holding in my hand, and say hello, that would be really great if we could do that, please. So that was a disembodied voice because that did not come through a device. The voice that we heard earlier.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And just so you know, I do have trusted readers here in the chat. They will help with some things. I don't want you to feel bombarded. So if we're going too fast or we're talking about something you don't want us to talk about because it's too personal, feel free to stop us.
I'm already emotional because I am reading the chat. So yes, they are a big help.
Okay, yeah, okay. Here we go. Lobet, you heard it? Okay. All right, is Coyte here? If you're here, could you say hello a little louder? I do want to let you know that there is an energy source for you. Right down here, this big power grid that I have at the bottom of the desk. If you will feel free to grab any energy that you need out of that to come and speak to us through this machine, so that way Tyler can hear you. Can you do that for us, please? Nice and clear, honey. All right, so Truth Warrior, Little Chef is asking, did he listen to Hank Williams Jr. a lot?
As far as Hank Williams Jr., but he did love music.
So I am getting shorter breath. Oh, he just said, hey.
Hi, Papa.
So I do feel a presence here. I'm getting a really short of breath. My heart is feeling a little off. Did he have heart problems perchance? Who is it that had the heart complications?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
And it did create him to have low oxygen. Is that correct?
Yes, he had about 4% of his heart working for a few years before he passed, actually. So heart issues were a very
big thing. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for the flashlight, sweetheart. So, Coyte, if this is you, thank you for touching that up there so she could know that there's someone here. But, Coyte, can we validate, sweetheart, that it's you beyond what I'm saying by showing her that that equipment can either turn off or turn on? So if it's you, sweetheart, can you turn off the flashlight so she knows you're present? Would you be willing to do that for us, honey? Remember to get the energy from down below. I'm also going to turn on Transcend Theory so he can type into it as we're doing the reading. That is one that does not work on Wi-Fi and it does not have a word database. They actually have to type into it to get any words. So I will give you anything that comes through on that. It may or may not resonate with you. Feel free to tell me no, it doesn't, or yes, it does. All right, so Coyte, turn it off if you are present. Thank you so much. I appreciate you turning that off. Yes, Joy. Oh, he just said hello. Yes, Joy. I feel that too, that he was exposed from something in the workplace. I'm trying to figure out what that may have been.
I'm not sure. I would say that it could correlate, but he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma,
Right.
and they really never
so let's continue on.
I would agree that that's something, yes.
Okay.
No military.
So he is showing me that he did work himself to death a lot. Like he was a hard worker.
Oh,
He's telling me,
yes,
work.
yes.
I mean, that was
Yes.
practically his entire life. He did spend time with his family, don't get me wrong, but the majority of his time was earning the money that he needed to support everybody.
Absolutely. Yes, very much so.
Okay, Grandpa, what else do we have here for her? He's given me the number 3. I don't know if the significance is the month of March or the 3rd of the month, or if there's 3 something, but he's telling me number 3. So if you can take any of those things, and it resonates, then great. If not, then keep it in the bank there for later if it should come up.
Yeah. It does kind of resonate. The first thought that I would have is 3. Like I mentioned in the beginning, he was my dad. He raised me, but he.
Okay. So there was 3.
The 3 that were very, very important.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate that. So Little Chef, aka Tony, is saying he's also getting something about a blue Chevy truck. Is that significant for you?
Had a bluish teal Ford F-100 that he was hoping to be able to see before he passed, and I had to sell it.
He's telling me it's okay that you had to do that. He knows that you wanted to keep that, honey. He knows that you wanted to keep that because it was sentimental to you. But you had to do that in that moment. So do not feel guilty about that.
Yes.
So he's kind of telling me something about you. So if it's too much, tell me to hush. But he's telling me relationship issues.
You're fine to say anything. You don't have to hold back, honey. And I'm trying not to cry, and this is just pure emotion. I can't help it.
It's okay, sweetheart. Let him flow. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So he's telling me that you are having significant relationship issues that are definitely creating you not to be the person you normally are, because you are a worrier. You stress a lot about these things. You're a very analytical thinker. Your mind never really shuts off.
Yes, very much so.
But he's telling me to tell you that you know the right thing to do, and you will make the correct decision.
Okay.
Also,
I hope so.
he's telling me, yeah, you will. He's telling me that you were so into. So you're a lot like he just said. Hey, babe. I just heard a hey, babe. I'm not sure if that was your grandpa or not, but it said hey, babe. He's telling me too that you are very much a nurturer, so you're always taking care of other people, and a lot of times that's preventing you from doing what you need to do.
Ram, at Perdido.
So that said, ram at your, I don't know what a verdito is, but I'm just going to give it to you. It might be a misspelling. But anyway, you're very much a nurturer and you're taking care of others all the time. That it is preventing you from self-care that you need. So he's kind of telling me that you might battle a little bit from depression from time to time and anxiety.
Yes. You're very spot on.
Okay.
Everything you've said so far.
He's telling me to let you know everything. It will work itself out. You've got this far, he says. You've got this far. And he's bringing up God on this. He said, God has gotten you through to this point. And he's not going to let you down now.
Right.
You're strong. You're very, very strong. Sorry, guys. I wasn't looking at Yeah, go ahead, Tony. Come on up. I'm okay with you coming up. Are you all right with that, Truth Warrior? For little
Yeah,
chef?
absolutely. That's fine. Yes, that's fine with me.
Yes.
And I'm
Thank
going to
you,
go ahead and turn
Truthwarrior.
off the SB7 for a moment because he's not really using that as much. And we'll turn it back on here in a moment if you'd like. But for right now, so you can hear what we're saying, I'm going to leave the transcend theory on, though. All right, go ahead, Tony. Do you have something that you would like to say now or no?
First, I just want to say thank you, Truthwarrior, for allowing me to join. With that volatile,
And thank you. I appreciate you both.
with that volatile relationship between you and your father, or between him and your father, that had a lot to do with you, correct?
Yes, very much so. I'm not sure how much I can say, but I'm trying to leave things vague, and then I guess I can.
Yeah.
Oh,
He protected you from a lot, correct? Did your grandfather
much
Coyte
so.
protect you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hard to.
It was hard to. And I know why he said that because he just told me, you're a very stubborn gal. So she's mighty stubborn.
Yes, I can be. Yep.
So a lot of times you had to find out through your own mistakes, right? People would tell you things. And I think a lot of us are that way. That's not too uncommon for a lot of us gals. We can be ornery,
Right.
but yeah, he is saying that you need to cooperate. So cooperate. So with that being said, I feel like sometimes we have a cycle, right? And that's what he's trying to show me, because this is not the first relationship that has been sort of like this, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you what he's telling me. Can you tell me who Robert or Bob is?
With me.
Just told me.
You said a Robert
Or a Bob.
Yeah, Bob would be my grandfather on my mother's side, and I didn't have a close relationship with that side.
Okay. So I just think that might be a validation point because I don't really feel that Bob's here, but he's mentioning that so that way you know it's him.
Yeah, a Robert would probably ring more bells for the.
Oh, sorry, sweetie, you cut out. Can you say that?
Coytes. Robert was a close friend of my Papa Coyte's.
Oh, okay. That would make more sense then. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Truth.
Red.
Are you
I heard
like in a
red.
quandary about reconnecting with?
Yes.
Sorry. Your relationship with Charles has become very distant. Is that correct?
Yes, it has.
And recently, you've been contemplating, like he wants to reconnect, and you're contemplating whether to do it or not. Is that correct?
For the most part, yes. More so, I had to create a boundary for protection of my children. And he has been sick.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm picking up on and Carly, I'm picking up on forgiveness somewhere in here.
Okay. I feel like you're on track. Yes. Go ahead. You can join in, Joy, no problem.
My email.
My email? What? They're funny on this thing, I tell you.
So
That's funny.
Truth. If there's something to that, go ahead before I continue. That's all right.
So I just feel like, so for example, I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like sometimes you feel silly talking to them, but you really like to, right? When it comes to those that have passed on, you say things on occasion.
Oh, yes.
But I feel like it's okay. Don't worry about all that. Just go ahead and say whatever you have to say. They're listening, sweetie. They're listening.
Oh, I know. I have no hold back on that.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. And
I talk to him all the time.
What he's telling me is, okay, so you have been running in, and he's telling me coins lately. Like everywhere you look, there's a penny. And you're not sure where these, it's just weird because it's every time you turn around, there's a penny. And even in places that you know a penny shouldn't be. Like I know darn well that wasn't there a moment ago. And so that is one thing that he is leading for you.
Right.
So he's wanting you to know that that is a sign from him. So when you see those, that is him letting you know he's there with you.
That's so funny
And
because
Oh, go ahead,
Go ahead.
sweetie.
that's awesome.
Oh, you cut out for a second. You said
We got that's so funny and then nothing else. So I'm not sure what else you said, sweetie.
Issues.
I kind of thought that he had been doing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he definitely is. He's leaving those coins for you. Okay, go ahead, Con.
I was just gonna say, Truth was something he used to say to you, a penny for my thoughts.
Yes,
Something
he
you
did
guys
say
said
that. Yes.
Oh.
But
You
I
got a
did
major
think that
decision
he.
rolling through your head. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So I think
No,
what's
you're
going-
fine. I don't know when my when it cuts out, so I just
we're
kind of trying to
having
keep it
TikTok.
simple.
I think it's a TikTok delay is what's going on right now. So we may accidentally step over each other. So just so you guys are aware.
So, Truth, you got a big decision contemplating in your head. Is that correct? Like that you wish he was here to get advice from?
And use how?
Yes.
Yes.
And
use how.
yeah, right. And use how.
So could that explain the pennies everywhere with that comment? Kind of going back to what Carly said, when you talk, they're listening.
Of course. They're always listening.
So Joy said,
yeah, I definitely feel like that's a connection.
yeah. Okay. Joy was wondering, she said she feels that he was a frugal man. Like he liked to preserve his money.
PDE Lester.
Yes, he was very frugal, but he would give you his last penny.
Right. I feel like he spoiled you just a tad.
Yeah, a lot. That's the thing that everybody says.
He's talking about ice cream.
I was the spoiled one.
He's constantly talking about ice cream. I don't know if that was a thing for you two or what this is, but he's telling me ice cream.
Yep, he loved his ice cream.
Oh, did he? Okay.
He specifically liked butter pecan.
Okay, I was just about to say that because he was showing me my mom, and that's her favorite.
And Truth, you would eat around the pecans, wouldn't you? When you were little?
When I was younger, yes. Yeah.
You would spit it back into the bowl, right? And he'd laugh at you. Yeah.
Yep. And he gave me a fit.
Oh, he gave you what? I'm sorry, we lost you.
I said he gave me a fit about that, about spitting them back.
And said to you one day you'll really like them.
We just had a temperature change. It got warmer up there.
And he just said, I told you so. So you
Did it, Jeanette? Okay. Tony, you cut out now too. So I don't know. Guys, am I looping or anything? Is that why they're cutting out so much?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I didn't mean to step on you. All I said was, I said it really
You're
quick.
in.
Recently, she was eating some of that ice cream and ate it. She thought back to that moment. And I hear him saying, I told you so.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
The other day, and it was butter pecan, and I had mentioned that that was his favorite. So it literally just came up in conversation a few days ago.
Oh, okay.
And did your grandmother? She used to leave little notes in his lunchbox, like that was the highlight of his day. Is that correct?
Flawed.
Yeah, she did. She would always leave him little notes.
So it just said flawed. Like, a person isn't perfect, they have flaws. I'm not sure why that is, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So Charlotte is saying a recent anniversary that just passed or about to come up. Is there a birthday or anniversary that is just passed or coming up soon?
There is the 1-year anniversary that's coming up very soon, actually. I didn't know if I was allowed to say that or not. It has correlation with some things.
Yes, that's fine. Now that we've said it, Charlotte said it, that's fine. And then Joy is getting someone drink too much. Can you take that?
Beating like cough.
Right? Or
go ahead and say that again, sweetie. You cut out. I'm sorry.
can I elaborate on that? The somebody drank too much, or just say yes?
I don't know. Joy, do you want her to elaborate, or you just want her to say yes because you're the one who got the information?
Steve Flo.
Whatever you feel comfortable with, she said.
My grandmother was found right.
Oh no, it cut her off.
Dead on her floor in the kitchen. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can. Go ahead.
My grandmother had been she lives alone now that he's passed. But she had drank too much and was taking her prescription Xanax, and she actually died. And we got there just in the right time to. Again, I'm so sorry, y'all.
No, that's okay.
They don't want me to tell it. Okay.
What you said. So basically what you said is that due to her finding him unalived, that she started drinking while taking Xanax, and it actually caused her to code, but thankfully you guys found her in time to revive her, correct?
Basically, yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
And that was recent. That was just Wednesday, which is also my son's birthday.
So, Truth, are you still out in your garage? I'm wondering if you're on your Wi-Fi, if it keeps like intermittently
going to data or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like trying to switch back and forth, maybe.
Welcome in.
Strictly to Wi-Fi. I don't have service otherwise, so it's just Wi-Fi, but it's not disconnecting on my end. I'm not sure. It might be my earbuds.
Oh,
it could be like the Bluetooth, like turning on and off. Yeah.
You know what? No worries. We'll get through this. No worries.
Yep. Truth, do you still have his thermos?
We do still have it, yes.
Ooh. It just said 1 year. I don't know if everybody's being quiet now or if I've lost audio. Or...
No, you're still here. I was just muted up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, honey, I can hear you now.
Is there a way for Joy to jump up too? Because she's really hitting on a lot of.
Yeah, if Joy wants to come up, she certainly can.
I'm not, if that's not how this works, please don't, I don't want to step on toes or anything like that. She's connecting with a lot of the things that you guys are connecting with also.
I trust her. I trust her. Absolutely, she can come up if she wants. Oh, here she is. Thank you.
Hey,
Hello
Joy.
again.
Thank you so much. But I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, that's okay. It's only 3:33, which is an ascended number and perfect timing.
Hey, it is 333.
It is.
I usually catch those too. That's so funny.
Yep, it's 3:33 a.m. here on the Jersey Shore. I don't like to impede on other people's sessions with people, so I hope it's okay that you asked.
I wouldn't have brought you up if it was a.
Absolutely.
I mean, me and her have so much.
I really appreciate it.
We're like doppelgangers, but she's 10 years younger than me. And I sound like a man right now because I'm so tired, so please forgive me.
No worries. Go ahead, Joy. No, I am so happy that you keep up. So that's
He was just overloading me with memories. It was almost like watching life in fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the grandma. He was really strong on the grandma, and he was showing me the peanuts, and he was showing me the drinking. And then he was like there, and he made some kind of presence being known when that went down, didn't he?
He very much did join her in that time she was away. And she has quite the story to tell.
Yeah,
but it wasn't her time. And you were
he saw him, and he told her, it's not your time. And he made her come back.
Yes.
And he said that he loves
100%.
you so much. He does not want you suffering like you are, that you need to see him as he is now. He's not dead. He's just ascended. And to see him as he is now, he is not gone. He's going to make his appearance very soon on your 1-year anniversary. He's there all the time. They were talking about coins earlier, and when you talked about the pennies, he showed me the change, and then he took it back, and like he was being very greedy. And it was very cute. He had a great sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was so funny.
But boy, could he be firm.
Real quickly, I'm getting the name Martin. Can you take that name?
Not right off. I don't know that one.
All right, go ahead and keep that in your database. And just so you know, when she was saying that about it's not time for your grandma to go, it did say join Christ. So, you know, and that just, to me, that it signifies that she did try to cross over, but he was not having it. He's saying it's not this time and sent her back. That is not something she wanted to do, though, however, but she did.
No, she wanted to be with him very much, but he did. He was firm with her and said that she needed to come back to take care of these kids.
Okay. I don't know if he's showing me a stopwatch. Can you take that?
He's been showing me a watch constantly.
Yes, he wore a certain watch. It wasn't, he wore it on his wrist, but.
Okay, so it wasn't a stopwatch. It was a watch. Okay. All right. It's very significant.
Right, yeah. No, not a stopwatch, but it was a regular watch.
Okay.
He definitely was leading me toward the message for the grandmother as well as you, because he brought the peanuts to me, and you said she loved the peanuts. He was eating the peanuts, and then he started talking about the drinking. So the thing there is very combo poo-poo platter between you and his wife. Does her name start with an M?
Their last name started with an M. Her name is Carol.
Okay, he showed me an M. So the M meant something. Okay.
He's also showing me around, there's 2 children in particular. and I don't know who's, I'm assuming they may be yours. I'm not sure, but there's 2 children that he is showing me that he is around. And I'm trying to get the information here, but he's letting me see. One is a boy. Actually, I think one's a girl, one's a boy. I feel like they're one of each.
Call.
Now, I don't know if that's your children or other children that he may be really close to. But he's letting me know
That would probably be mine.
Okay, and he's showing you love. So he is protecting these kids. And it just said call on transcend theory, which often means that one of them may be actually conversing or did when they were younger, converse with spirit. Like you notice them, like they were very in tune with spirit when they were younger. I feel like this is a girl.
I have a very gifted child.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
You're right. My daughter is very gifted, but she is 8, so she.
Okay. Thank you. So she's definitely seeing. Just so you know, it's not. She's definitely seeing.
Yes.
Something. She is. Yes.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? Are you wearing pink right now? Or do you have a pink near you?
Well, yes.
You said
yes, I'm wearing pink.
You said you're wearing pink. So he's with you right now.
No.
There's no way I would know you were wearing pink.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, I asked him.
I would hope not. Wouldn't that be a bit weird?
I asked him, I said, give me something that's on her or around her right now to let her know you're there. And he said, she's wearing pink.
I have pink shoes on, and I have tie-dye on my jacket.
All right.
Spoiler.
Can you tell me why?
I could have sworn I just heard him say Tyler.
It did sound like that. Did he work outdoors a lot, or was he an outdoorsy person? Because he smells like hay, grass, outside trees, and like, was he a farmer?
When he was younger, he had to work. When he was younger, he had to work on the farms and in the mills and things like that.
Okay.
So he told me factory, so that would make sense.
And more businesses up.
Yep.
Right, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He wore a baseball cap all the time?
No, he didn't.
Did he wear a hat of any kind?
And
not usually.
So he's showing me like a plaid or like a what the heck are those shirts? I should know this because I'm in lumberjack country, but it's almost like a flannel looking shirt or jacket, but it's like plaid.
Yes, he would wear those with the button up.
And they were blue and red, correct?
He's
showing me. Go ahead.
Remember that he wore a lot, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I saw someone ask if he smoked. He did not smoke.
Green or anise?
When I said earlier military, he was making me feel like there was some kind of a, like, how do I put this? Some kind of a chemical or something that he was exposed to. Maybe, I don't know, you said factory. There was something he was exposed to.
Yeah, when he was younger.
Yeah, that contributed to what he ended up passing from. Because I was not able to breathe at all when you first came on. It felt like I was I could not breathe. Mm-hmm. And my heart went crazy. Like my Fitbit went like to 140. It was, and like I got very cold. So... Yeah, that's what I meant. I wanted to clarify that, though, because the first thing I thought was Agent Orange or something, but he was like, no, and he showed me like a chemical fertilizer type stuff.
He did have, and I'm probably not going to use the right words, so forgive me, but he did have a business that he ran.
It to be.
Mica, like the minerals. So that could very well be what you're correlating. Yeah, I would definitely say that. So you're on to something.
Does your dad have a motorcycle?
Yes, he has always, well, he doesn't now,
Like
but I've grown up
your
with him
grandpa
always
is,
having one.
he's like griping up for some reason. He's griping about this motorcycle. I don't know what he didn't like it or what it
It's
made.
always been an
Dad
issue.
do. Yeah.
The lifestyle. It was the lifestyle that came with it with my father.
Yeah, he's like got his finger out right now, like shaking his finger at me about this motorcycle. I'm like, okay.
My husband bought a motorcycle a few months ago also, and he might be a little upset about that.
Oh no, yeah, he's just like, they're not upset about anything really. He's kind of laughing about it, but he just like that motorcycle, and he's got his finger just going at me, and I'm like, oh God.
And then on Transcend Theory, he said he liked to live his own life. In other words, he made his own choices.
He definitely did that, yes.
He was kind of old school. Yes, he was.
Very smart man. He made his own way. He had nothing up in front of him, so he made his own way from a young child.
Did he build a house?
No, he was an inventor, though.
Yeah, he's like taking bricks and making like a house, like making walls and building. Interesting.
So
That he would build software on the computer for stock market trading. He actually built like his own program that people would pay to use on.
Oh, Grandpa was smart.
Plastics that like you're. Oh, that's not even cutting that's not even cutting it close. He used to actually, and he invented. Sorry, my words are getting jumbled. He invented the plastic.
So he just said
the plastic material.
He just said that you smell coffee, and that's him.
Oh, I've just recently started. Coffee.
Yeah, he says that that's him because he liked coffee. He's saying that's me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But it had to be black.
Yeah.
He
Exactly.
didn't want.
Very hot.
Yeah.
He said, "I don't want none of that sissy creamer."
Well, yeah, we've been joking about that too because I'm like, how did he ever drink it? Like he
liked it like mud style though. It was thick. He
Right.
was thick.
He's
and
like showing me what he
Yeah.
called a
he would add
season.
some sugar.
He said, "I want my coffee pot seasoned. It's like the coffee pot. It's like
Yeah.
got the coffee in it that's old."
Gosh, and he would just reheat it. Yes.
Yep.
That's so silly.
That's what he was showing me. It's like it would get pretty thick because he'd keep reheating it up. But he'd still drink it.
Yeah.
For the
I
better.
said he liked it very hot. Like if it got too cold, he wouldn't touch it.
Yes.
Yeah. He would always reheat it because he wanted it that certain temperature.
Yeah, he liked milk. Did he drink milkshakes too? What is it? With milkshake?
He did like milkshakes, but the problem, he had diabetes, so he had to watch his sugar intake also. So that was something. Sweets were always a big treat for him.
He's a very chatty man, but also a very quiet man. He'll talk when he's ready, but he is also very thoughtful.
Yes.
He has a
Yes.
commanding voice.
Yes, he is.
When he talked, you knew it was important or he was being silly at the time. There was no in between.
Right.
Yes, that is spot on with him.
He's just had his nose in everybody's business, though. He was taking care of everybody. And he definitely had his ideas.
He was always the provider.
Yep. Do you have a 14-year-old?
Sorry, I know y'all can hear these puppies.
Oh, they're okay.
Do you have a child that's 14 or going to be 14?
I have a 13-year-old son. Well, he'll be 13 on Valentine's Day.
Okay. He was talking about a birthday and then go for 14, though. So I don't know if something significant is going to happen for him at 14.
Well, the 14th was the day that he passed.
Okay.
He passed on February 14th, and that was also my son's birthday.
Okay, that's what the 14. He said your son, and then he showed me 14. So that makes sense. All right.
Yep. Yep, it does make perfect
I'm
sense.
sorry, I'm so tired. I would get a lot more and be a lot more clear if it wasn't 3:48 a.m.
He's showing me a scar on his left shoulder on the arm. It kind of reminds me,
A scar.
Go ahead.
No, I was just trying to think of a scar. You said a.
So, let me explain what it looks like. Like in the older days, we
Here.
used to have what are called boosters, and they used to poke us with looks like a honeycomb. It kind of resembles that. So I don't know if that's what it was or something like that, but it was on his left shoulder on the arm, is what he's showing me.
Now I'm going to have to go back and look.
Yeah. So just right
I don't recall that right off, but it's possible very much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think us as kids, we don't really pay attention to those things. But he's bringing that up right now. Yep. And he just said heart again. Heart.
He fell, didn't he?
He started falling a lot the last few months before he passed. And he had never been one to lose his feet, if that.
Yeah, that upset him because he said I fell and he was really mad about that. So that may be where the leg and the pain.
He was very upset when he couldn't get back up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, when we
And he
get back
hated to
the
call for the
leg,
fire department to come and help.
they'll just tell us things that there's no way that we could know to validate that it's them. So it's not that he's upset about falling anymore, but it's something that you would know that would validate for him. He's like telling me his whole life story. He was married to your grandma since like high school.
It was not far after. She was actually his second wife, but he's much. But they were married for, 70 years.
That's why she looks so young.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Do you have an LGBTQIA person in your family?
Michael.
If you're comfortable.
Not right off in like the close vicinity.
Okay. Well, should that ever come up, he says that's okay.
Oh.
He's also telling me, and I don't know.
He may
which
actually be speaking of my stepdaughters. They had gone through.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Way to put it. Am I cutting out again?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's okay. It wasn't really important. Continue, please.
Okay. He's telling me something about a membership of some type of lodge. I don't know if it's the Moose Lodge, the Eagles, or like a Mason. I don't know what it is, but he's telling me he was a part of a club, like a lodge.
I'm not sure.
So it's something that when he was younger.
I'd have to think on that one. It would have had to be something probably before. Yeah, I was going to say, I know he was big into Boy Scouts when he was younger. But that was.
I mean, there would be a lodge, but I would see that more as a cabin. Yeah, I don't think I would see it that way. But just so you're aware, he's saying when he was younger, he was. But it feels like it's almost like the Elks or the Moose Lodge or the Eagles Lodge, that kind of thing, to where there was alcohol involved.
Right.
Yeah.
And that could have been that could have been something before I was born, because they did live a highfalutin.
Oh, she's cutting out again.
Like that, but I wouldn't know right off the bat.
Okay. Golf 6.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay, honey. We'll work through this. No worries. You're doing fine. But he was saying there's dancing and music and alcohol there, and it was a lodge. There's something they really enjoyed when they were younger. So I don't know if you can validate that somehow, but just write that down in case.
Yeah, I could definitely ask my grandmother about that, because she would be able to validate for that part.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Is one of the puppies like staring off in a direction or on its back, acting weird right now?
They're all kind of laid up. I've got one looking at me now that I started talking.
But on a regular, like there's one that kind of stares off.
Yes.
Just a little different.
That's more connected to me.
That's more connected to you? That one's more connected to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who was the school teacher?
I have a aunt that's a school teacher.
Okay, so I don't know if this is related to his side, because I feel like it may not be, but he's bringing this up for validation purposes.
Brain death.
Brain
death.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. But anyway, the school teacher, he's giving this person kudos. Like they're really good at what they do and are I'm trying to think of what he's saying, but he's just, okay, all of a sudden I just got a whole new vision. Wait a minute. Slow down, sir. He's excited all of a sudden. So the school teacher. See you. Okay. And then we just went to someone who works in sales. And something just turned off up there. I'm not sure what that was. So I'm not sure if I'm cutting out or if she's just not, or if she's cutting out. But just in case.
I'm just listening right now.
Oh, okay, perfect. Now he's saying someone in sales, and I feel more like this is not like car sales or anything. This is more like a store, like Walmart version of sales, like a department store. So that's what I'm being told.
Right.
Give me more information, please, darling. But I don't feel like they're both on this. So I feel like one, he's very close to, and that's the person in sales. And the other one he is aware of, and he's bringing it through as validation, which is the school teacher.
And the school teacher, I would say, is my cousin Erica. She's been trying really hard to keep the other side of my family connected and close.
It's very interesting you say that, because on Transcend,
I'm trying to think.
They just said on Transcend Theory, family until the end.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You were there when he passed.
Yes, I was.
He said that he felt your hand in his hand. And he said that you sang a little song, like whisper sang a song.
I did.
And he heard you. And that was the last thing that he heard was your voice. And you need to know that he knew
Yes.
you were there and he heard you singing in his ear. It's very whispery, sweet, almost like "You're My Sunshine," something to that, like that. And he heard you. It was the last thing that he heard, and he needs you to know that you calmed him and soothed him, and you were the one that he wanted to be there when he went.
Oh.
He didn't want me to get off this with you before that got told to you. He heard you singing.
Thank you so much.
He was unconscious, but he was aware. He could feel your hand and he could hear your voice and he could feel your breath on his ear. He just got right up in my ear and he started singing. Almost sounded like "Fly Me to the Moon" at first. Or something about moon back or something like that. He could hear you and he just said, "Make sure that I told you that."
I'm so glad you told her that because I was going to go there shortly. I'm glad. Also, he's saying that you used to rub his hand when you were sitting there with you. You were rubbing that, and there was times where you felt like his hand moved a little bit. And I
Yes.
Yeah, that was his response, honey. That was his response to you.
Honestly, you just need to feel him now.
Thing ever.
Feel him now because his energy is not gone. Death is
No, it's not. He's very much around.
Yeah, he's just in an ascended form now. See him as he is now and let him be with you and just learn to be with him in a new way. It will help you heal and he'll
Absolutely.
help you so much more quickly when you assimilate to not seeing them as DEAD, but ascended and living in a different form.
Yeah,
I've been dead, and that is the way that it works. So
you continue to build a relationship beyond what you've already had, with him being passed. I think that you will feel more spiritually attached to him than what you did before. So there are ways of building on that. Yes, I know it's not the same as him not being here in the present, right? But there's going to be more bonding going on spiritually. And I think you already know that with the fact that you're talking to him and you're conversing with him. But the one thing that he wants me to tell you, and I'm going to tell you real quickly, you have had moments where you're crying at night. And he wants you to know that he's there with you. And he wants you to know that everything's going to be okay. That crying that you've been doing, the worry that you've had, and the hurt that you've been going through, it will see itself through. It's not something you're going to be in forever, honey. So he just wants me to comfort you and let you know that he's there during that time. And he just says, life is hard. It's real hard. But you're he says, you're a strong girl. He's always told you you're a strong girl. And you'll get through it.
Yes, he has. You're right.
Quit saying, "I can't do this without you."
Mm-hmm.
You keep saying, I can't do this without you. And he prepared you to do it without him. Don't forget that.
And not only that, he's with you.
So,
yes, you can do it without him, but he's still there, sweetheart. He's with you during those moments.
I know he is. I know he is. It's just so hard to realize that you don't get to connect in the same way. You have to, like you said, learn.
We tell Issy.
So it didn't sound like it, but they spelled resiliency. So I'm kind of feeling him stepping back. I don't know if anybody else still has him, but he's stepping back from me a little bit here. So if anybody else has anything further, feel free.
So I'm gonna say, like, so I feel like you, Carly, and Joy are getting like the more serious side of things, and I don't know why, but I always seem to get the humor side of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay too, though.
I'm getting more of a story. Like, he taught you to drive, but you couldn't quite reach the pedals. Is that correct? When he taught you how
he
to...
would let me sit on his lap
Yeah. Okay.
to drive around the parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also too, do you often play "Hey, pull my finger" with you a lot, like a joke like that?
And
He
hi.
would occasionally, but he was big on the little jokes, like dad jokes and stuff like that. He was.
And when you were little, did around the coin thing, did he like make coins appear from behind your ear, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Like at the beach when we were there for vacation, we would bet on which elevator would come first.
Yeah, it was just like he wants you to remember. Like maybe he's coming to me just saying, remember those little fun moments. Like those meant a lot to him.
Also, are you wearing him? He said you're wearing him. Wearing him. Do you have something on your body
I
right
am
now?
not.
You're not? I don't know.
I have a necklace that I was planning on putting ashes in. So that might just be confirmation that I need to do that.
Well, it could have another meaning, like you are wearing him because you're carrying him forward. There's something, not everything is black and white. Sometimes it can have a dual meaning. He just said she's wearing me.
Thank you, Tony.
Could be because you're a lot like him.
Yeah,
That
it very much could be.
And the K2 up on the upper shelf just blipped when Joy said that.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Well, there you go.
That's amazing, though. I really appreciate you guys so much. I definitely needed this, and even in the chat, I appreciate you guys there too. I've been trying my best to keep up, but my words are wrong. I'm so sorry, but I appreciate this.
Thank you for being vulnerable and allowing us to read you and be a part of your experience.
It's a lot to process, so be kind with yourself because over the next couple of days, you're going to have a flurry of emotions and it's going to start to settle down and you're going to feel light as a feather. Mm-hmm. I'm sure everybody will agree with me on that.
Yeah. Agree.
You're going to feel so much of that heaviness lift off of you.
And also remember, it will be available to you on YouTube so that if there's anything, because I know sometimes when we have readings and we're not taking notes, we may forget what's said. So it will be there permanently on YouTube for you to go back and look at.
Sure.
And so that way, if you may have forgotten something or whatever, feel free to go on there at any time. I suggest, because it will be a long live, that when you get to your spot, maybe screen record it if you can. And then that way you have it for yourself.
That's great. Thank you so much. And yes, I did hear door also. Paranormal.
Yeah, I did say door. I did.
And may I ask you what your first name was again?
each door.
Door. Okay. Her name
I
was.
heard beach something.
It said each door. So first it
Each
said
door.
door. First it said door, and then it said each door.
Tyler? Her name is Tyler?
Yes, that's my
Yes.
first name. I didn't know if I cut out when I tried to say it a minute ago.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you so much, Tyler, for pulling me in and allowing me to participate. This has been a blessing. Thank you so much for letting me meet your grandpa. He's awesome.
Believe you.
Thank you for being a part of this.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is that I always, and I want to tell everybody who comes up here for readings, I appreciate how so kind and loving you are to those in chat who are learning how to use these abilities. It's kind of like when you go to a doctor's office and they have people that they're trying to teach and you allow them to come in during those visits. It's really the same thing here for people with abilities. So I really appreciate that you guys are willing and open to that, to allow people to practice and learn. And the one important thing is if you can't take it, a no is just as important as a yes. So I always appreciate when you say, no, I can't take that. So I really appreciate that. It's been a real pleasure, Tyler. Your grandpa is an amazing fellow. He loves you so much. He loves your grandmother so much. I feel like your family, I'm just going to give this one last thing real quickly because he's telling me real quickly. Since his passing, it's been a little bit different in your family. There's not as much gathering as there should be. And I know earlier you said your cousin's trying to get that to happen, but I feel like she needs help with that. So he's saying, please do that.
Thank you. I definitely have been trying myself to get us back to.
Yeah. So with that being said, sweetheart, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for allowing us and trusting us enough to give you these messages and for validating. Is there anything that you would like to say before we drop down here?
I just want to say thank you. And I want to say I love you, Papa. And I know you're always around. And I appreciate you for working through to come through for us.
Ends.
Thank you for doing this for me. I really, really appreciate it. And for letting Joy come up. I know that was a little different, but I so appreciate that.
Oh, no. I actually do that all the time for people that I trust. But let me tell you this is your reading. And so I want it to go the way that you want it to go because this is a beautiful and very important experience. So I think it's important the way that you would like to do it as long as it's within reason and it's a healthy request. I don't have a problem with that at all. So no worries, honey. Absolutely no worries at all.
That's so special. Thank you. That's awesome. You're great. But I know Joy has a reading next, so I don't want to take from her, but I appreciate everything. So thank you again.
Right.
I definitely needed this.
All right. If everybody could send hearts to Tyler in chat, please send her some love, guys. I'd appreciate you. And then as far as what's going on in chat right now, if we can't bring it back to the positive, I'm going to be muting. So I'm just going to give that one and only warning. We need to go to the positive side of things. Thank you. All right, Sweet Pea, I'm going to go ahead and let you down. Joy, I'm going to keep you up here if that's okay.
You said that a lot nicer than I would have. You know that.
I didn't even bring out my mama voice or nothing. I did good.
No, girl, if you need that backup, I'll come in here and pull those bitches down.
and real quick, silence type. And Gina, yeah, I understand that you're not trying to come across that way, but the comment that you made about is it a joke did. So, but like I said, we're just a community of respect, people learning, sharing experience, sharing our energies, people learning around their abilities, and just here to give light and
No.
healing to those who need it. And although, like, we're not trying to mean any disrespect to you either, because like I said, everybody has their opinions, everybody has their styles, and it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. I think, like Carly said, we'll just circle back and we'll leave it at that. And we're going to move on to Joy, because Joy can't wait to see what she gets with her reading.
And not only that, the poor girl's probably tired. So let's.
It's 4:12 in the morning
Yeah.
here, but I just want to be very clear here. I am a very nice, light, loving Buddhist, but I have a reserve bitch that I keep on tap for people that don't act right. So y'all are nicer than me. Because I'm way older than you guys, but I don't know. Don't got time for that stuff.
Well, the only thing is like, and I will say with Gina, I appreciate that you're saying that you didn't mean it in that way. So thank you, honey, for trying to explain that. But when we see, is this a joke? No, I think people who have lost their loved ones are in pain and in sorrow. It's never something that we're going to joke about. And here, especially in this particular live, we are we're very big on making this a safe place so people can feel comfortable sharing and feel comfortable, because this is not something that everybody agrees with, okay? Especially those who grew up in a religious home. So with that being said, sweetheart, that's the reason why when you come into lives like this, if you have questions, just remember to keep them as respectful as you can. And I see that you've said what you meant, and I appreciate that you clarified that for us. So thank you so much for doing that. But anyway, I just want to make sure that, especially when people who haven't had a reading before and may be struggling with the acceptance of what they feel, or even those who are trying to show or work on their abilities, that they are in a loving, comfortable, accepting way, right? So we just want to make sure that we are lifting them up, because we never want to bring someone down. We always want to lift them up. And we're human. We're going to make mistakes. No, we're not going to be 100% always, but we're going to do our darndest to make sure that we give accurate information, and it's never a joke. So just so everybody is aware, and this isn't strictly for her, it's for anybody who's coming in, because I do feel like we get this a lot sometimes, and I feel like it's really something that we need to address. So just so everybody knows, in this live, it is love, light, and have a great time, right? We're here to experience this together, and this is a safe space, okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and cleanse with the Tibetan symbols, and then we're gonna move on to Joy's reading. If that's okay with everybody, let's just move on. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate you all. All right, here we go. 3 loud rings. No, we do not need to agree. I am a firm believer on agreeing to disagree, because there are a lot of people I don't agree with. So with that being said, that is my motto. All right, here we go, guys. Watch your ears. All right. So, Miss Joy, I have to ask you these goofy questions because TikTok likes to give me silly little restrictions, but you are over 18, is that correct?
Oh, about 50, well, let's see, about 40 something years more. Yeah.
All right, sweetie. And you're okay with it being posted on also social media platforms for my paranormal?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sweetheart. And then who is it that you don't have to give too much detail, but just a first name of who you would like to try to contact, or does it matter?
You know that I'm not going to tell you too much.
I know you're
not. First name, this guy's sketchy. We'll say Jodi.
Okay, that works. Close enough, as long as, and the only reason why I do this is for the SB7 purposes. It's not for the actual reading.
No, that's fine. It's just this person. There are multiple people in my family with a similar name, so
I see it.
I was
That's
trying to.
how it is in my
I
family.
don't want to get all of them,
Keep calling them all up.
right?
All right, sweetie. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to turn on the SB7 first, see what we can get. And then, ooh, girl.
This is going to be very interesting because no one has ever been able to read me ever. So that, but you know what? I just feel this connection with you. I don't know why. It's just bizarre.
So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm getting a very heavy feeling. So I feel like we may be, I'm just going to say that. I have a heavy feeling. Let's get this started and we'll see what else we can get. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the SB7. I'm going to try to make it as quiet as I can for ears in the beginning.
Probably can I ask
I want to
Joy
hear what Tony has to say because I hear him a lot.
No, Joy, I just wanted to ask you, is it okay if I stay up and
Oh,
participate?
yes, please.
All right, thank you.
Very important. Thank you, Tony, for asking that. All right, Great Bear. Thank you so much for helping us with that last reading, sir. Can you please? The feature? This is the feature reading? All right, cool.
It is the feature.
Can we bring Jodi for Joy, please? Can we bring her forth?
Jodi is a him.
Oh,
I was
thank
say,
you.
Jody's a male, yeah.
Ooh. Right here is an energy source. Great Bear, if we could show him how to use this energy source here. All equipment up here, feel free to use it. But I would like you to come and talk to this at this moment. Can you come and speak to her in your voice, please? Okay, I'm going to say this right now, Joy. I'm feeling confusion, almost like dementia and vertigo a little bit. Like I'm feeling confusion. I'm going to give you that.
Confusion would make sense.
Okay. I'm saying vertigo because it's making me feel whoosh, you know. But York, okay. So they're saying New York. I don't know if that means anything to you, but I'm going to give it. That was sequence in theory. Can you come talk into this for her, please?
Jodi, get your ass over there and talk to something. Come on.
Hey, Joy.
Yeah.
I'm getting Motown music. Did you guys have a connection with a song from that genre?
Well, I sing it.
You sing Motown?
I sing soul, R&B, rock, Motown, all of it. He did not. He sings something different.
He was okay.
So I'm right away. I'm getting some form of substance abuse. I don't know if it's alcohol or something else, but I'm being told substance abuse. I don't know if it has to do with him or someone close to you, but I'm going to give that to you real quickly.
No, that is part of it. Yes.
Okay.
And he would be laughing, Charlotte. He would be, and he had a very particular laugh too.
And not that we don't already know this, but he is letting me know that you are the honoriest, most stubbornest person he's ever been around in a good way.
You know what? Actually, I'm the nicest person. Really, I am. He was way worse than me.
But he liked to push. He liked to push you to bring out that other side of you, the feisty side.
Oh my God! Yes, he did.
Yes.
Oh, he did. He would take
He
stories
knew
and
every
reroute
button to
them,
push with
and
you.
yes, he did. 100.
And he would laugh. He would laugh.
Yes.
Yep. And he's telling me right now that that's something that you guys did. A lot is banter between each other in jokingly ways. There was a lot of banter back and forth, but in a loving way.
Did he
No, it
embarrass you
was
when you
not a
guys were like?
love-hate relationship. Somebody asked if it was a love-hate relationship. Absolutely not.
No, it was like brother and sister love.
Yeah.
1000%.
So
Quite
he's
literally.
Joy, he's telling
Yeah.
me, why is he mentioning country music?
Probably because I hate it.
He got bluegrass.
Girl.
He was a
I'm like,
bluegrass guy,
why
wasn't he?
Look, if they want me to sing country, they got to pay me $1,000 for one song. I'm not doing it.
That's
Joy,
funny. Of all people,
did he like bluegrass?
The other girl who doesn't like it.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Tony?
He was a big fan of bluegrass, right? Like
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
He's actually the opposite. I feel like he's a rocker guy.
Truthwarrior kind of hit it on the head a minute ago.
Like, and it just said engine on trends in theory. I'm not sure why. I'm just going to give it to you. It probably means nothing, but just in case. So, Joy, why is he saying sipping on vodka and whiskey?
What did you say?
Sipping on vodka and whiskey.
Not the whiskey part, but the vodka part would make sense.
Okay. And he's showing me blue jeans, and he says I wear blue jeans all the time. All the time, blue jeans.
No, he never wore blue jeans.
Okay, who would be that then?
That's probably my dad.
Okay.
They shared a name, so yeah, he always shows up, so don't worry.
Okay. Like, wait a minute, because this gentleman is definitely telling me.
Well, I mean, I live with them all the time, so it's not like it's a different kind of connection you guys are going to be making with these people.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
So with Jodi, he would embarrass you around like males that you were interested in a lot. Like he would do everything he could to.
No.
Is that anybody? I don't know what I'm getting.
No, I kept my men friend away from everybody. I don't know who that would be. Oh, it might be. You're probably picking up on my bass player who passed away. He's still bugging the crap out of me too.
Bass players are the weird ones.
He would pretend to be my bodyguard. Well, he wouldn't pretend. He was actually my bodyguard at gigs. I
mean, bass players are the weird ones of the group.
He was my best friend forever. He called me sissy, and I called him brother.
Did his name start with a J?
No, but Jodi's name started with a J.
Yeah.
Is that loud noise one of you guys, or is it here?
There's no noise at my house at all. Everybody's
SB7. I just heard a hello, and it sounded like a heavy breathing.
Hi. Don't let me down. Make something crazy happen.
Yeah, touch the equipment, Jodi.
Come on, Joe. You know.
Header.
He said I was a header.
A header. What does that mean?
So I'm wondering if it has anything to do. You know how when you head a band, like you're the header.
Well, no, he was the head of something else. He actually. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah,
let's just say he didn't go into the
information. It was testing theory, so maybe we'll get it more here.
No, it makes kind of sense in his profession. I'm the one that went off after working for the military and did the career in music for 30 years, but he ended up giving up his music to do something else.
Okay. Okay, and he's saying that something about sports. Could you take anything like I don't know what this sports is about, but I'm. So let me tell you, he's singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." That's what I'm hearing.
Well, he hated sports, but and the reason why is because when my dad tried to force him to do sports and he didn't like it, and so he put him in baseball, and he got hit in the eye with a baseball.
Oh goodness gracious! Okay.
That would definitely be something he would do.
Okay.
Just as Charlotte, just before you said baseball, Charlotte put baseball in the chat, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Really? Oh, that's crazy. Cool. So he was older than you, Joy?
Just a little.
Yeah, he's bragging about that.
That was a big thing between me and him.
Okay.
Because
Like about
we were the same age for 20 days.
Okay. That makes sense then.
Yeah, we were Irish twins.
Got you.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
he's
say
bragging
twins
about
of some
that.
sort, but yeah.
No, we were basically Irish twins.
And he's also saying you guys can literally finish each other's sentences. I feel like, he's showing me this scenes where he's like, you're starting it, he's finishing it, and then vice versa. You guys were a lot alike mentally. You guys thought of the same things sometimes.
Did he used to joke with you by hiding your things?
He was always playing around a lot of this stuff sounds like when we were young.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to describe this just because this is what he's giving me, so I hope you're okay with this. Yeah. But I feel like the substance abuse created our heart to not function properly. So like
No.
our heartbeat.
It said no.
No, it said now.
It said now? Oh, okay.
So I don't know I don't know what I'm being shown, but it's almost like the heartbeat is going slow versus fast. Kind of like the best way to describe it, Joy, if I could, is like the opposite. It's bradycardia, the opposite of.
Right, yeah. I know before. It's so complex. I mean, yeah, that could be something that would have been a part of everything that happened.
Okay, thank you.
It could be, yeah.
So Joy.
Yes.
Did he have a volatile relationship with your guys' parents, and like you were kind of like the only family he was around?
I wouldn't say that he had a volatile relationship. We had a very rough upbringing, me and him, specifically, not our two younger siblings. But in the end, it was just me.
He had a problem with trust, correct? Like he had a problem trusting people. Is that fair?
No, I don't think he had a problem. He was very well loved and very popular and in his field and stuff. It's I'm trying to see how that would fit in. Oh no, he didn't trust his wife at all. So maybe that.
Every time I turn this darn thing down is when he decides to talk. It's funny. So he's giving me another J name. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to figure out who this is. I think it's a John. I'm not sure. But it's a J name and it's a male.
Well, we're all three of us are J names, and it's not John. He shared a name with my father.
Okay.
And I'm the same J. I mean, I can tell you the name. It's Joseph.
Okay.
My dad is Joseph. My brother was Joseph Jr., and I'm Joe Rena. And when people would call the house and ask for Joe, they'd say Joe Rena, Joe Jr., or Joe Sr. So I don't know why my mother did that. So.
Wow, that's a mouthful. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, which is why my mom called me Joy, or, he had a nickname for me. I would love for something to come through about the nickname that he had for me.
Okay, yeah, so he's making the third J name is what he's wanting me to bring up. So I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, he had a volatile relationship with that person, yes.
Okay, so now that's where I was going with it. Nothing he ever did he felt was good enough for that person. Like, he would do his darndest, to please that person at some point in his life until he just gave up doing it.
He didn't give up, not to the day he died.
Oh, really? Because he said he kind of gave in, and I don't know what that looks like for him versus us, but that's what he said. I just kind of gave in.
I think that has to do with his passing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, the other thing that he's telling me, so he's showing me a guitar, but it's like I don't know how to describe this. It's more like an old style banjo.
What? Like an old style what?
Like a banjo kind of like looking thing. But it's I don't know what this one is. I've never seen this before.
Is it like a mandolin or like a wide body?
No. So it's rounded. Yeah, it's like it's rounded like a banjo is what it is, but it's silver.
I have no clue what that would be.
Okay, I'm not sure where you're showing me that.
Can you do me a favor and tell Dave to F off? Because I think Dave is trying to get in my reading here. I don't want to talk to him. He bugs me every day. My bass player had something very similar to that, and I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Dave.
Okay.
You're
I started reading
like the
you said that I started
third
reading the chat. I'm like, who's Dave in the chat? Who's Dave?
Tony, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I
my
looked
bass
at you.
player, he is a pain in my butt, man. He just go away, Dave, for now.
Dave, you heard her. She spoke.
All right. It's not his day. He gets his day.
Dave, we don't want to meet the reserve side of her. Back off, buddy.
He met it enough, believe me.
So I'm being told 50. It's like 556. I'm not sure who that's for. I'm just going to give it to you because that's a number. He didn't give me any thing other than the number. I'm saying.
Yeah, he was in his early 50s when he passed.
Okay.
Did he wear like black work pants, like Dickies pants a lot?
No, he was a khaki man.
Yeah, I was going to say brown was his color. I see a lot of brown with him.
He dressed very, for his profession, the profession he had. If I told you what it was, you know exactly what he dressed like.
Gotcha. Okay.
There was a polo shirt involved with this profession, correct?
He was
A collar.
a dude.
Oh, she cut out. What?
Good Lord.
He was a button-up dude. He was a teacher.
Okay.
A very beloved teacher.
That would explain some things. Okay. Darn it. I wish I would have said it earlier.
What? Okay.
He was actually 52 when he passed.
Okay, honey. All right.
Was he a history teacher by chance?
100%. He was an African American history teacher, and he was all about it.
I was gonna say civil rights movement, but
yeah, he started off with music and then switched to history and Black American history and things like that. And he couldn't have children, and he ended up adopting 2 children, a LGBTQ child and a African American child.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say before you told me he was a teacher. He kept telling me the children, and then he said 2. But I wasn't sure where that, and I didn't get a chance to get there yet, so no worries.
Yeah, he did have 2. He couldn't have biological children, so he adopted 2. He tried to buy my son for $25,000. If that tells you what his personality was like, for like 3 years. I'm like, no, I'm not selling you my son.
So, okay, so what he's telling me right now is that even though he was really well loved and people, he still struggled, right, with his own self-esteem. Even though all these things are happening, he's showing me that he struggled with this a bit. I feel like he had moments where, you know how the most depressed person does the most smiling?
Right.
And I feel like that is what he's trying to get at, because he's showing me like a Chester Bennington style thing. And not to say that he took his own life, because that's not it. That's not what he's telling me. But I'm saying that he battled with his self-esteem. And I'm being told it's specifically, yes, that one person that we were discussing earlier really made him second guess a lot. But there was also a relationship that created so much drama and so much.
Or listen, make sure cells die.
What did that say?
What in the heck? That's the longest sentence I've ever seen that thing given.
Yeah, what did it say?
It said, listen, because make sure that the cells die. So I'm not sure what that means. But
I know what that means.
You do? Okay.
I do know what that means.
Yeah, that was pretty significant. They don't usually put that many words in there.
That actually makes me angry because I was fighting for that and I wasn't allowed to.
I see. Okay.
Fastly.
Okay. So anyway, there was a relationship that there was a lot of arguments. This person wasn't
It was
very
his spouse. Sorry.
forthcoming. There was a lot of lies that were happening and deception.
100%.
Was his wife correct, Joy?
100%.
She belittled him, right?
No. She was.
Promiscuous?
Yes.
Playing the field. It said fastly. Fastly.
Son.
Did that promiscuous stuff come out of the inability to have children naturally? Was that something like they...
No, she was just a slut from the get-go.
Okay, fair enough. Call a spade a spade. That's cool.
Yeah,
oh, Heather, thank you.
It wasn't even a year into the marriage, and it was already starting. And it went. She left when he was passing to go stay in a hotel with somebody. So,
I'm so sorry.
It broke his heart.
That's what he's showing me. There was it really affected him more than I think people realized.
But he didn't want to leave that because of the two children that were adopted because they'd already gone through enough. Is that correct? Even though you told him many times to leave?
Yeah, but also he really loved her no matter what. No matter what she did. And none of us could ever understand it.
So he was like you, very stubborn.
I'm not stubborn. Why do people think I'm stubborn? Okay, I'm a Capricorn, but come on.
Okay, he was very opinionated like you. How about that?
Said with love. He is like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He had a very kind, sweet, loving, and then he had an explosive personality. So there was no in between with him.
So he was like a reactive. That's what I'm being shown as reactive.
No, our childhood made us that way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, we were fighting for our lives for many.
Well, and that's what I was, and I didn't know if you wanted me to share this, but there was physical abuse going on. And he showed me that there was physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, all sorts of abuse, sadly. I mean, more than that. I'm not going to mention everything. But yeah, that really affected him a great deal.
It affected him the most.
Yeah. And it actually stripped him of his, like, he didn't feel manly because of this. And it really bothered him the most because he's telling me that not having children was an issue for him because he wanted to be something different. And that's why his passion was to have those kids. And I do want to, he's saying something about community efforts as well. He did a lot of community work.
New dance.
A new dance. It just said a new dance.
He didn't dance, so.
I'm like a new dance. So anyway, he's telling me there was a lot of community efforts out there because he actually wanted to help people and to make people feel wanted and loved. But like you said, he was a reactive person. I see that when one thing that was hard for him.
Labor as much.
So he's telling me is that a thing that bothered him the most is when he felt that he wasn't being listened to or taken seriously. And so those are things, and I do feel like that comes from that upbringing, because it was more of a speak when you're talked to, not beforehand. So children weren't allowed to, so spoil the rod, or spare the rod, spoil the child type of mentality. And so you weren't allowed to express anything unless you were spoken to first. Is what
he was a rule follower where that came. I was not the rule follower. I was the one that would fight back. He did not. He never fought back.
Okay.
You stepped in to protect him at times during some of that physical stuff, didn't you?
I was their whole protector for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she still is. That's very much who she is as a person. She's always fighting for the underdogs.
100%.
And Joy, he hated being reactive because that's how the person was who was doing that to you guys. Is that correct? Like, he hated that side of himself.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because one of the last conversations we had, he kept saying, "I am Joe." And I said, "I know that, Bubby. I know you're Joe." And he's like, "No, I am Joe," meaning our father. So that's very interesting.
He battled with that a lot. Like, he truly, like, I'm getting that he truly hated that side of himself because he wanted to break out and be everything that you guys didn't have.
Yeah, he just wanted my father to love him, and he couldn't get it.
That's exactly what it is. I felt like he was searching for that love and didn't get it. And the one thing that he didn't want to be, which I think a lot of us who have been raised in volatile homes, we do not want to be the people that did that to us. That's the last thing.
That's me. I would never. No.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's
Okay,
exactly
Joy,
true. He did give that love to a lot of people. He did do things for other people because he was trying to
Heal ways.
break that cycle, and he wanted to, and he did, right? Like you said, he was a beloved. He wanted to a better mark.
At his memorial, thousands of kids came. I mean, literally ones that had been 25 years before.
Wow.
He left such an amazing impact.
Yeah.
On those kids. So
I don't think he realized it at the time, though. I don't think he did. I think he was very humble about it. I don't think he realized it as great.
That Teacher of the Year award, like so many times, I tell you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Joy, was there one incident with your father, Joe, where you took the blunt of everything, where he was very angry at you for doing so? Because it should have been him.
That's every time, but there was one time in particular I think you might be picking up on.
Like, he was very angry at you. Like, you guys fought about it afterwards because he felt
you're picking up on this one particular incident where my father got a gun and was going to shoot us, and my brother was trying to wrestle the gun away from him, and I tried to get the gun to shoot my dad.
Yeah.
And my brother got the gun away from me and ran and threw it in like a culvert. And then the first time he ever said a cuss word, he called me a bitch. and we got in a big fight. He said, "What are you doing?" And I was trying to get rid of the problem, you know. He was going to kill my mother and my brother, and you know, what was I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Case inside there.
The case with the side there, yeah. No, I agree.
Truthwarrior, do not let your heart break. It made me the woman I am today, and I wouldn't have lived my life any other way.
These things,
I have done amazing
tragic.
things. I have done amazing things with my upbringing, and it made me who I am, and I don't regret 1 minute of it.
Exactly. Yeah, I can tell you that. So can you tell me? So he's showing me this river. I don't know what this river is. I don't know if it's an ocean or what, but it's a land of water. And you guys, So you would skip, he's telling me skipping school to go there.
Oh, he would have never skipped school.
No, you, not him.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I never skipped school either.
Okay. Not sure why he's telling
School
me
was
that.
getaway.
That?
So school was getaway. We got away.
Gotcha. Okay. And
Joy, was there an English teacher he really looked up to, and that's why he chose teaching? Like there was a particular teacher.
Well, he was a good student, and he loved all of his teachers and looked up to his teachers. But like I said, initially he went in to do music. So his number one teacher was a music teacher.
There's one particular teacher who knew the situation at home, though.
Oh, nobody knew. Nobody. My dad was a high-ranking military official. Nobody knew.
Well, he's given me that he confided in this one particular person.
Oh no, I don't see him doing that. They would have came and took us out of there, surely. And he would have told me. He might have told somebody later, though. You might be talking about a teacher that he worked with, that he admired later, that I wouldn't know about.
Okay.
In West.
Possible. He was
a songwriter.
He was a very late bloomer. So if you've ever seen 16 Candles, what is the geek? Michael Anthony Hall. He was literally that until like 21, and then he just blew up. So he even had the brace over his teeth with the strap around his head and everything.
So I get a lot of I get a lot of music joy.
Yeah.
Does the song "Riders of the Storm" by the Doors mean anything to you?
Well, I sing the Doors, but it wouldn't mean anything to him.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you what music he did?
No, I'm sorry. Give me some time on that.
That's fine. We were daylight and dark. Let me put it that way.
So he's mentioning Star Wars.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's him. He built all of that stuff and had it hanging from his ceiling.
Yeah, he is showing me that there's quite a bit of memorabilia that he had, and it was a collection. And he's also telling me that the march for Darth Vader was his favorite.
And the reason why, because he was orchestra. He played a string instrument in orchestra. Is that correct, Joy? Oh, she muted.
Hold on, I'm in the bathroom.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, he's what is that called? The Death March? What is it called?
The Death March, yeah, because it was an orchestra song. Like that's why he loved that.
Bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum.
Yes.
No, he actually didn't play a string instrument.
But timpani.
He was in the drum line. He also played the clarinet.
Yeah. But he liked that style of music, though, right?
He loved marching band. He wanted to be a marching band director.
He was a jazz guy too, though, right?
Yeah, jazz. I feel like there's a bit of.
I see. I do jazz. He didn't do jazz.
So what's the folk music? Is that him or you?
Folk?
Yeah.
Well, that's my mom probably.
Oh, okay.
Well, she liked everything too. When it comes to music, our family was extremely eclectic, but right. Joe was like very particular. Like for instance, I'm going to just tell you, he was a baritone vocalist that sang opera like Pavarotti.
Love it.
So he sounded just like Pavarotti. And he actually was selected to participate, and only 5 people from our entire state was chosen to be a part of this group. So he listened to that, and up until when he was passing and stuff like that, he was listening to David Halpern.
Oh, nice.
Gnarl Beats and things like that. So yeah, he was very eclectic. Now I do listen to David Halpern, but there was actually there's a particular song that was actually playing when I was leaving to go to the hospital. I took note of that song, and when I came home, that same artist, but a different song, was on. The one when I left was called New Life, or when I left was oh God, what is the theme from Lost? It's Paul Cardall, and it's the theme from Lost. When I was leaving, and I looked at my daughter and said he's dead, and then when I got in the car, we got the call immediately, and then on the way when we got home, I came in and Paul Cardall New Life was playing, and those songs have followed me ever since. It plays every day. It comes on in random ways.
So remember at the very beginning of your reading,
Yeah.
the Transcend Theory said New Life, and you didn't know what that was?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Life. It
Interesting.
comes on constantly. Paul Cardall. It's beautiful. And I always talk to him when I hear it. I mean, in the most random Wawa, grocery stores, it doesn't matter. On my TV, on a channel it shouldn't even be on. So yeah, I know I probably shouldn't have told you that, but that's random.
No, that's okay. That's all right. Not saying that we would have. I mean, it's up to him to
He
get
and I
it.
both were very musical. Our mother was musical, and like a lot of kids will, in an abusive situation, will turn to music. And so we were always playing music, listening to music. It's how I learned to sing. My dad loved, if he was drinking, he loved country, which is why I don't sing country. If he was sober, he would listen to Al Green and Otis Redding. And so I cut my teeth on all the old soul.
We do have a lot in common, girl. We are going to have to talk.
Yeah, we will. We definitely have to. If you want to hear me sing, just Google Jada Blue, and my last album before I got COVID and it took my voice away is on there. Somebody in the chat's asking. JAIDABLUE, that's me. Can you get anything about any special occasions?
Oh, sorry, sweetie. It talked over you. Can you say that again?
Are you getting anything about a special occasion?
Okay,
or a date?
Wait a minute. So I just want you to say when you lost your voice, that's what came up.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get it back.
Let's see if we can get anything about that.
Auto.
No, Charlotte, we did not share birthday cakes. We both had two different cakes. I got the one that I wanted on my birthday, and he got the one he wanted. My birthday,
Joy,
I can't say what it is.
the special occasion, does that have something to do with like an album release party for you?
No.
But you can try it.
It was actually yesterday, the date, which led into that now. So this is really weird.
Yeah.
That I got in, that I put that purple heart there and you pulled me up. I'm like, okay, Bubby.
That's the one thing that I think it's important for everybody to know. Even though you're putting in the purple hearts and the mod it's actually them who's actually the one bringing you up. So,
well, I'm mad at him because he's kept me up till 5 a.m. I need my beauty rest.
He's laughing right now, by the way. Because,
yeah, I know he did that on purpose. Because I never do this. Never. I'm always the one helping, not doing this.
Did you have some kind of dedication note within like one of your albums or LPs, like something to him, like a little?
Not to him, but to somebody else, yes.
Like a love letter or something? To somebody?
No. There is a song on there that's a love letter to my grandson. It's a song that I wrote when he was little, and then there's one that I wrote about my mother.
All right, so Joy, I don't know if this is true, and I asked him about the event, but he's telling me it's an anniversary date, and I feel like I don't know why he's telling me this, and I don't know if you can do this because I'm feeling like it's a little bit of, so it's complicated. But he's telling me it's an anniversary date, and it's of the, I don't know if it's his death anniversary because he's telling me there was an ending. It was a celebration of an ending. Does that make sense to you?
No.
And see, I'm getting it. It was Joy. Did your father pass away? Was yesterday the anniversary of your father passing away? Like breaking free from some chains?
He passed. All my family die on holidays except for my brother. My dad died. My dad died on New Year's Eve. My mom died on Thanksgiving.
So when he's saying an ending celebration, I don't know. So it means
well, that could be an ending of one thing and a beginning of another.
Oh, okay.
I guess I should.
I guess it's possible because that's what he was kind of showing me. Like it was two-ended. You know what I'm saying? Like it's complicated.
Well, it was his birthday.
Okay.
His birthday was the 28th yesterday.
I see. Well, gosh, that is amazing that he brought you up tonight.
It is. It's creepy because I was going to bed when I saw that you were live, and I'm like, oh, she supported our live. I'm going to go support her.
And I appreciate you for that, and I'm glad that you did because he made sure that that happened for you. He's like,
my birthday is January 8th, and his is January 28th.
Okay.
So earlier you just said in the chat, like you got the cake you wanted, he got the cake he wanted, right?
Yes.
Was he a yellow cake guy with like chocolate frosting?
No. He was strawberry shortcake.
Pro users.
And I was German chocolate cake.
Oh, girl.
I don't know where yellow cake was. Somebody in your family yellow cake? I don't know.
My mom was a bacon fiend. There were like cakes all the time everywhere.
So, Joy, this is interesting because you guys are different signs. Because he's saying, I'm Aquarius. So that's really funny because that explains his personality. Very quirky.
Yeah, now who was the stubborn one?
Right?
You.
Right?
Did your mom used to make peach pie?
He was always, oh my God, he loved my mom's peach cobbler. And when
I got peaches.
Yeah, when my mom passed, and he would call me and go, can you please make me mom's peach cobbler? He loves that.
So again, I feel disoriented and confused.
Yeah.
So he's bringing that back. But he's telling me right now, so Joy, I think it's very important that I tell you this, and I think you know this already, but he just wants to thank you for always being there for him because he felt you were his safe person. And you guys had moments, like all siblings do, but you were ultimately his safe person, and he's wanting me to extend that thanks to you, and he loves you deeply, deeply, deeply.
Thank you.
Joy.
And so he's thanking for that. And then the other thing that he's wanting me to tell you real quick is he knows, and he's saying this jokingly, but I think it's very serious at the same time, but there's times where you took whoopings for him.
Oh, yeah.
And
for everybody.
Yeah, and he says he appreciates you for that, but he's sorry that you unfortunately got those. But
I don't care.
Yeah.
It was fun. I was like, bring it on.
Yeah. So anyways, he's just extending his thanks and his love because
I thought so until the day he died. So yeah.
And he knows that, sweetheart, and he knows that. And he is also sending love to Mom.
Mom has been with him. Mom went way before him.
Okay, so what is is he considering you like a mom then? So who would be the mom figure that you would be?
I guess I would be the mom of the family because I had to mother everybody.
Okay, okay, because this person's living that he's sending. He goes, send. So he said,
Penny.
send the love to mom.
Oh God, I hope he's not. Oh, he called his wife mom.
Oh, really?
Please, no, hell no, no Joe, no.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Yeah, because this person's living that he's talking about. It's not someone who's passed.
I can't imagine who it would be, but he did call his wife mom, and she's the reason why he's dead. So
Yeah, but
Joy.
more like literally.
oh, you're fine. I was just gonna say, as a reminder, Joy. Remember when we?
Oh yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm
When
so
they-
tired. I'm sorry.
It's fine, honey. I'm just saying though, when they pass over, they don't have that ego anymore or the feelings that we have.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So he's probably sending the love to her, even though you are cringing about it. But
I know better than that. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay, sweetheart. Go ahead, Tony.
Hey, Joy, it's,
I'm sorry,
it's
I feel
5:03
very
a.m. I'm right with you.
I can't help but be. I have very much venom for her.
Well,
Hey,
I would too in your position. So
Joy, is the African American child that he adopted, is that child struggling big time right now?
I take care of him. Not physically, but I'm the only one that stays in contact with him.
But he's struggling to find his way in life, correct?
Yes, because he was adopted, and he left my brother was his dad to him.
Yeah, so I just gotta thank you.
Oh,
He had a special bond with that child, correct?
he did.
He loved them both equally, but there was a special bond between that child because that child had the same background as you guys growing up. Is that correct?
100%. 100%.
And you're still protecting, is what he's saying.
I am. I'm the only one.
He's been in some trouble recently. Is that correct?
Not recently. He used to be, but he's not anymore.
Joy got him straight, is what I got.
Well, he had a baby, and the baby got him straight.
Okay.
that will do it. That will definitely do it.
It did. It changed him. Best thing that ever happened.
Oh.
It would be very complicated for you guys to get the way that he passed because they couldn't give us.
It was Does it have anything to do with a TBI?
What's a TBI?
Like a
Traumatic brain injury,
Um,
like a fall.
no,
or something that.
no, not like that. But they did find big giant dead spots in his brain after, and they couldn't explain it. He had some mystery. They could not figure out what it was, and it went on for a good 4 or 5 years. They could not figure out what was happening to him.
Might show me. Okay, so that would explain the confusion that
Yes.
I've seen.
I didn't want to say that earlier when you were saying he's confused. He was very confused.
Okay.
Um,
And they were they dead spots or lesions? Do you know?
they were dead spot. They were big black dead spots. But he had began drinking, so
Yeah.
that, I
So like,
believe it's attributed to that.
Gotcha.
so somebody did he drink vodka quite often?
Yes, his wife would bring it to him even when he was in the hospital. He got kicked out of 3 hospitals because she was sneaking it into him.
Yeah, and so and Carly, you can correct me if I'm wrong because you're really the RN here, but drinking does cause those mush spots or those dead spots within the brain if
It
it's
can
heavy.
over time, dependent on the person and their genetic makeup. But yes, it can over time create issues with the brain and
Well,
other.
we have a genetic mutation in our family, MTHFR, and that was what I know that's what killed him.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And it also would make sense how when he passed, he had the brain issue, but I feel like it complicated other organs at the same time, so it was really hard for them to be able to
What else?
pinpoint in the
I
beginning.
mean, they diagnosed him with so many things, and they thought he had MS. They thought he had all this stuff because he stopped being able to walk. He trembled all over. He would, like you said earlier, he would get blurry vision, and he started falling, and just all of these symptoms. It was horrible, and nobody could figure out what it was that was happening.
You.
Joy, does the adopted child that we were speaking of earlier, his name begin with an M?
No.
Because I'm getting a Michael, and I don't know if Michael, you can take that.
Not where he's concerned, no.
So, Tony, you may be reading into me then.
Gosh darn it, you gotta tell.
So
it happens to me all the time in a room full of people. It's like so many.
Like so much comes at you sometimes, Joy. Like that's where I'm still trying to learn to differentiate.
I mean,
like
I'll be on live
reading
mediumship, and I'll start getting stuff from people in the chat. It's like
sometimes, Tony, just so you know, there's no real fine line about, unless there's like very adamant about telling you who it is. Sometimes it's a puzzle piece that you have to put together. So don't beat yourself up over that. It's going to take you time to work through it sometimes. There's times where I'll get information and I'm pretty sure it's for the sitter, but it's actually for someone else in chat or vice versa. And so that is something, even if you're a seasoned medium, it still happens. So don't,
like I say to you, it's like sometimes things are literal and sometimes they have a metaphorical meaning.
Exactly.
I mean, Archangel Michael is one of my go-to callers for protection, so it could be him. You know, because I was surrounding him in white light when he was sick, so he could be talking about Michael in that regard.
In that sense, yeah, that's true. Huh.
Yeah, no, like names are super hard for me, Joy, and you're right. Like there's many times where I've been able to join a reading and like I'm picking up on other things. So like I said, I'm still learning.
Other things are just as important as names. Names are not all they're cracked up to be.
No.
You know, his son's name was Trey.
Does Trey struggle with the fact that Jodi's not here because he wants him to meet his child?
He was so angry. Yeah, we talk about that a lot because he calls me, you know, when he needs comfort because of what I do, and then I try to help him connect. You know, because he just wants his dad to see his son and see how good he's doing and how, you know, to be proud of him, and he's not here physically. So,
and that's very interesting you say that because Jodi struggled with that with your dad, the confirmation that he's doing a good job or the acceptance, right?
Right. Well, my dad never believed that my brother was his child, and that was the problem. But he's
interesting.
Yeah,
that's interesting. So, not spirit talking, me talking. So, your dad had a question about your mom stepping out.
100%, yeah.
So, okay, so me speaking again, that kind of tracks with him and his relationship.
With my dad?
No. Jodi's relationship with his wife, about his wife stepping out, right? Like,
yeah. I guess, yeah, you could put it that way.
Sorry, sometimes I have these correlation thoughts.
He wasn't even all that in a tea biscuit. Like, I'm like, gosh, I don't know how she's doing. He thought he was playing it safe. Nope. That sounded terrible, but it's just the truth.
That's one thing I'm learning to appreciate about you, Joy. You just speak the truth, and that's that.
I always tell my clients, if you don't want the truth, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you don't want the truth, then don't come to me. I know plenty of people that are light and love and fluffy rainbows and marshmallows, and I'm not one of those. I can be a very loving person, but something takes over me when I'm doing a reading, and it's just so straight like a beam of light. So the hugs can come after, you know.
Yeah. And that's, I think I love that about you, Joy. That's what really makes me smile, girl. Every time I
It
hear
makes
you.
it hard for me to make friends. I don't hang out with other psychic mediums and stuff though, because I don't know why they get, I don't know.
I know why, because a lot of people can't handle the truth, and that's the thing, Joy, is you're very truthful and you're very forthcoming, and a lot of people can't handle that because the truth hurts.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Joy, were you guys highly competitive over board games? Like board games?
Yes, we were. And I'm old, and Battleship was the game of the day, man. Oh.
He's saying you cheated a lot. Did he ever tell you that?
He cheated like a mofo.
He's saying you cheated. Like he would call a number on you.
No. Oh no, I am not. I can't lie. My mom always used to say, "You're going to get yourself killed one day because you can't tell a lie to save your life." My brother could look you, and he get what we call the shifty eyes. His eyes would start darting left and right. I'm like, "You're lying. You got the shifty eyes." He would cheat he could not lose. He did not want to lose. He's an Aquarius. He did not want to lose.
You used to yell at him for being the banker and accuse him of stealing money during Monopoly. Is that correct?
He always stole the money.
That and the property.
He stole the money. He moved my little thing on another board area and then try to convince me that I just saw it wrong. No.
And you would accuse him of moving his ship a lot in Battleship, right?
He did, right in front of my face, and then say he didn't do it. And then laugh that silly ass giggle that he had. He cheated all the time. All the time.
He's saying, no, it wasn't me, it was you. But
That's
probably
exactly
what he would say all
what
the
he
time.
would say, and he would laugh and be like, "No, it's you." And I'm like, "No, you did. No, it's you."
Yeah, you two had a very special bond. A very, very special bond.
Yeah, we did.
And being Irish twins probably helped that along because you guys literally were very, very, I mean, like I said earlier, you guys could finish each other's sentences at times. He was telling me, though, and I just want to bring this forth, like, so even though you guys could do that, you guys are literal opposites at the same time. So, like, yes, you could do those things, but he's kind of showing me, and I don't know if this is to be true, if he ever figured this out. But I have 3 autistic kiddos, and I feel like he's trying to show me that there's something to do with, like, and I don't know if it's him or one of his children, but where they had tendencies of an autistic person, but maybe not diagnosed. Can you take that if that's his children or something?
Well, my one sister has 9 children, and like 8 of them are autistic.
Oh, okay.
It's very, very common with MTHFR genetic mutation to have a child on the spectrum.
Yeah, I actually have 3 with autism, 3 with not autism, and 3 with autism. So
you might want to get tested for that genetic mutation, honey.
I don't have it, but I have a feeling the other half may have something going on there because it's all of his children that seem to have that aren't my children, but they are his, and they also have autism. So, but yes, thank you for clarifying that because I was just like,
they didn't get along at all, and he was very judgy toward her, and we don't have a relationship, me and her.
I see.
It was me and him, and then a large stretch of time, 5-6 years, and then there were 2 more children.
Okay.
My 2 sisters, and so we ended up taking care of them a lot. And they got treated totally different than me and him.
Right. Well, you because you were vocal, and him because he didn't think he was his.
Right. Well, my dad did 3 tours in Vietnam, and we're Vietnam babies, whereas my 2 sisters, he was actually there.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Can you take grilled cheese and tomato soup?
That was my favorite thing to eat. I love grilled cheese and tomato soup. I can't eat it. I can't eat it now that after COVID, but yeah, I dream about it. And I'm celiac, so I can't eat it. I can't eat gluten, so. Oh, God, you're making me hungry.
Sorry, that's not me. That's him.
Yeah, he knows I love grilled cheese and tomato soup. And our mom used to make it for us a lot when we were kids.
So I feel him stepping back from me, and that K2 just started blipping right as I said that. So I feel like he's stepping back from me. Tony, I don't know if you're still getting anything, but I'm going to allow him to.
To scene.
The scene? Okay. I'm going to allow him to step back from me. And Tony, if you have anything further, but yeah.
Oh, Lord, if you put this on YouTube and his wife ever sees it, that's going to be a hoot and a holler.
I'm sure it's nothing she doesn't expect from you.
Oh, no, because I've said it to her face she killed him. And I know for a fact that she did. I mean, like, I'm a psychic medium.
Right.
And I know exactly what she was doing.
Well, and the thing is
G.
Yeah, that's what I said. And the thing is that there was a lot going on there. Anyways, I think there was a lot of trying to get out of that situation for her. So she was kind of doing whatever, and basically she was very. So how do I explain this? Like, narcissism. Very, very self-absorbed and only thinking about self.
Yeah, I said
I'm not saying she has narcissism, but like the toxic traits of a narcissistic in a way.
Talking about his wife?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, see, even for me, you were talking about the autism.
Yeah.
We always felt that she was autistic.
Oh, okay.
Because we always felt that she was autistic because of some of the things that she would do. She couldn't keep a job. She wrecked a car. Like every time they get a car, she would wreck it. She couldn't cook. Yeah, we always thought we always kind of gave her a little bit of a pass because we felt like she was autistic, and he did too.
I see. So you guys thought it was more of a disability, and that's the reason why
she was a conniving, conniving human being.
Yeah.
I mean, planned things out to the nth to do some very bad business. So.
Gotcha.
I would like to ask a question though before we stop.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can either of you pick up on something when Jodi was little and learning to walk that he had to have or he would not walk? I know that's very specific, and if you can't,
yeah. Well, we can ask him. Why not?
I just want to see if you'll be honest.
Was one leg shorter than the other? Like you had to have a shoe that was higher, like a thicker soled shoe?
No. My dad did when he was a kid.
Did Jodi have like something with his spine, like he had the arm?
Like the
things, like the arm, like
my dad
braces.
Broke his arms when he was about 2. He broke both of his arms, pulled his arms out of the sockets.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to ask that because it's really funny and a good note to leave on.
So I feel like. So, and I could be totally out of base here, but I don't know why he's showing me something that my child used to do because he didn't walk too well in the beginning either, and it was like he used to push around a box to walk. So I feel like it's almost something he had to hold.
Oh, this is something very unconventional that will absolutely make you laugh when I tell you.
Why is he showing me a box?
Idle.
Okay. So I'm showing pushing something.
Pushing a box.
So I don't know. Maybe it's something entirely different. But anyway, just so you're aware. And he's also saying Mickey Mouse.
Well, we used to watch Mickey Mouse Club like crazy.
Okay.
We picked out our favorite characters to pretend to be. We also used to play Donnie and Marie on ice.
A little bit of country, a little bit of rock and roll.
Each
It was rock and roll. He had to be country, so we had to switch roles, gender roles there. No, but he would not walk unless he was given a cigar.
Oh my gosh, that's funny as heck.
He had to have, there are pictures I have of him with a cigar in his mouth and his little walking shoes. I'm a baby, and he would not walk unless you gave him a cigar. And we don't know why. He never smoked a day in his life, but he had to have a cigar to walk.
That's hilarious.
That's Joe.
That's funny. I wonder why then he was showing me the pushing.
We say too.
I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can think that might be is when we used to have to hide from my dad. Sometimes my mom would put us in a closet, her and us too. I actually won a big writing award for a story called The Closet Adventure.
Oh, wow.
And we would stay in there, and she would pack stuff in this little box and pack peanut butter and jelly and a jug of water, and we would go underneath the towel cabinet and hide in that closet all night long when we heard him coming until he passed out. And we would fall asleep, and my mom would tell us stories and make an adventure out of it while we were in the bottom of the closet. So he might be talking about that.
Gotcha. I'm sorry that was an experience for you guys.
That's okay, because I wrote that story and it was produced by University of Kentucky and put on to raise money to help abused women and children. If that never happened to me, that would have never happened and helped all those kids.
Right. Which I think is very, very wonderful thing of thinking about. I'm very similar to, like, I had a lot of horrendous things. What now? I had a lot of horrendous things happen, but honestly, if they wouldn't have, I wouldn't be who I am today. So in a way, even though they were not fun things to experience, I do not regret them.
I am the same exact way. A lot of people, you know, and I don't generally share this much, and there's way more than that, but, you know, when they do find something out and they're like, oh, honey, and I'm like, look, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
Because I took I made a promise. I said, everything bad thing that happened to me, I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do something good with it.
Yeah.
And I did.
Turn lemonade out of lemons, right?
Right.
I grew a damn lemonade tree.
But I'm fading fast because it's 5:24 here.
I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow except saying dirty words.
But Joy,
I'm sorry I couldn't get the cigar for you, but thank you for sharing.
No, you know, for nothing else, it has been a blast. It is great to have his memory on the day. It's a day after, but hey, in another time zone, it's his birthday still. So, you know, it's really cool that this happened on his birthday. It just makes me so freaking happy. You don't even know.
Well, and then you said that you haven't had anybody read for you before, right? And he definitely...
No, they just go blank and, like, you know, they just stare at me and they're like, you got to wall up. And I'm like, no, I'm about an unwally person.
I'm an unwally person.
Yeah. It's just they just can't read me. I mean, maybe read my brother, but not read me. Yeah.
And Carly, thank you for allowing me to come up. And Joy, thank you for allowing me to continue to grow my abilities by being involved in your reading. I appreciate you.
That has been my pleasure. That is my pleasure. It's what I love. I love people learning, and I love teaching people how to access and use their gifts, and helping children and finding missing people and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And Jodi, thank you for coming through to me.
Yeah, real quickly.
It's going to be bugging you tonight.
Birthday to Jodi.
Ed.
Happy heavenly birthday. And again, Joy, thank you for allowing us to read for you and to giving us a really fun time getting to know your brother, Jodi. I appreciate you so much for that.
I love them. I appreciate you guys so much. I am just so grateful. Y'all are just amazing, and I just love you.
Love you too, darling. All right, guys. If you could give Miss Joy some big hearts I'd appreciate you guys giving her some love. And I think that we're
You're
going to
on.
come to an end soon because I do have to get kids ready for school here in approximately 3 hours. So I need to get some things done. But I'm going to do my closing. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the light and flip it around.
How do I get out of here? I don't know.
I can let you down, sweetie. No problem.
Bye.
All right. So let's see. How do I turn this thing around? Why can I not figure this well? Yeah, no problem, Tony. Thank you for coming up and helping out. And thank you everyone in chat as well. Thanks, Sergio. I see you, friend. Thank you so much for the heart me and whatnot. I appreciate you always. All right. So all new. Okay, so I will be closing out spirit communication at this time. I appreciate you all for being here because I know that you have several other places that you could be. And most importantly, I just want to express my gratitude to everybody who comes in. For the most part, the majority of you are so caring, accepting, and make this a fun time. But most importantly, I enjoy the interaction, the questions that you ask, the respect for spirits, the respect for people who are the people who are reading. You guys, you are amazing. And I can't express this enough, that you guys actually make me, even in times where I'm like, I can't do this because I'm tired. And Spirit, just turn on the flashlight. That's been quiet for the longest time. So they agree. Okay. So with that being said, I love you too, Sergio. Thank you. So with that being said, guys, I can't thank you enough for, it actually does make me look forward to coming on live every time that I do. So that being said, I do want to express my gratitude and thanks. With that being said, guys, I am going to close out communications with spirits real quick properly. So spirits, I want to thank you and those loved ones who came through for the 2 readings. Thank you so much for communicating with us this day. We appreciate you because we know that you have free will. We appreciate you being willing to do that for us and with us. And we send you a bunch of love. Yeah. Okay. And I appreciate you. I see you trying to turn off the flashlight. So I do want to make mention that I am closing all communication at this time. You may not attach to any equipment. You may not attach to anybody in my home, myself, or anybody in chat. You must go from where you came. And we will go live again Friday. Okay. And that will be our spirit day where we can have a fun day. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this communication real quickly, turn off any communication devices except for the flashlight. I'll get to that in a moment. But I do want to reiterate that if you go, and I don't know why that is so fuzzy. Sorry, guys. I'm like fuzzy. But anyways, I do want to remind you that you can go to YouTube to see this live in full. And that is at Truly Angelic, capital T, capital A, Paranormal. You can also go to my bio and subscribe from there. But with that being said, you guys, you are amazing. I want you all to know that you are loved. And I appreciate you guys coming in every single time. So we will see you Friday, 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. All right, y'all. Much love. Bye.